arms are just too short to box with God. Hold one. Andre. Yes! From out of nowhere. Hold two. Armbar.
Who are you to doubt El Daniel?
Still got 200 more. This is Robbie Eagles.
This is the loosest in Australian wrestling, Adam Brooks.
Hi, this is Mimic. This is 5-time the world's heavyweight champion, the Scrap Daddy himself, Scrap Iron Adam Pierce.
This is Brian Alvarez, and you are listening to Wrestle Radio Australia.
Welcome to the show, folks. My name is Josh Armour, and thanks very much for downloading Wrestle Radio Australia. This is our first episode.
Oh, yeah! G'day, this is Big Brady Marshall.
This is Brian Alvarez.
This is Dean Brady of the Millennials.
This is Jurassic Punk Sid Parker.
How many of you guys have heard the term kayfabe?
Hello, doggers. This is Jay Hunter from OSW Review.
This is Matt Grim Basso.
This is the loosest in Australian wrestling, Adam Brooks.
This is Scrap Iron Adam Pierce, and you are locked in
to Wrestle Radio Australia.
I in the game, I'm champion, I'm Triple H. Undertaker, I'm your maker, bury the brother like Kane. Ooh, 1-3, hit the tombstone, hit the choke slam on face. Ooh, yeah, like a macho heel, tell like I'm muscle. If you suffer like tomatoes, I'ma keep a couple models. Ooh, and you may call me HBK. When I'm tuning up the vein, you best be getting in my way. Ooh, yeah, I'm degenerate, I love it, yes, I love it. If you wait down with that, then I got 2 words for you, suck it. Too sweet, put your fangs up. Too sweet, hold another cup. Let's be busy, 23, got me feeling way too sweet.
I was trying to make chicken salad out of chicken shit, and it was just awful.
I've turned chicken salad into chicken shit. I will continue to do so.
Here I was, blaming AEW for feeding you chicken shit, knowing you mindless millennials would be eating it up as if it were chicken salad, when it's really been your fault all along.
Make chicken salad out of chicken shit. People is as people does, that's all there is to it. But a square peg in a round hole just never seems to fit.
This is Bianca Belair.
Hey, this is Kevin Owens.
Hey, it's Seth freaking Rollins.
It is the man, Becky Lynch.
It's Rhea Ripley here, and you're listening to Wrestle Radio Australia.
Welcome, everyone, to your longest-running Australian wrestling podcast. This is Wrestle Radio Australia, and this is Making Chicken Salad. I have with me 2 gentlemen who are furiously battling FOMO at the moment. The impresario of WrestleBrania, Jeff Setti. How are you, my friend?
Oh, well, mate, impresario, great word. I don't have FOMO for that. I have FOMO from doing my show at PAX.
That's what you call a $5 word. Impresario.
Mm-hmm. That is.
And the mustachioed magician behind everything to do with Jamie Apps. It's Jamie Apps. How are you, my friend?
Well, thank you very much. And yeah, I'm very FOMOing over that EPW show.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Especially when you're seeing all the photos and that on X and everyone doing the seminars and the free run trainings and all of that at the EPW school. It's so good to see everyone like getting together. It's sort of like you feel like you're not invited to a party. It's really shitty. It's really shitty. Because I was thinking 6 months ago, it'll be cool. I'll just sit home and watch the show. It'll be fine. And right now I'm saying, 6 months ago, Todd, you're a fucking idiot.
You're an idiot, Todd.
Yeah. So yeah, it's gonna be some massive stuff happening over in Perth, of course, with WWE in town, of course, and then them doing sort of like some of the free run trainings. I know Matt Hayter hosted a training at the EPW school, and Carmelo Hayes and Grayson Waller showed up to help out. They've had Shane Thorne there all week, or Shane Hayes there all week, doing training with EPW. The EPW school is kicking ass. The super what's it called? The
summer camp.
Summer camp. Thank you. Is absolutely roaring along. So much good stuff happening in Perth at the moment, and it's very depressing. I can't be there, to be perfectly honest with you. Also, off the top,
I think, and I know of the 3 of us, I was the only one who made it there last year. I think it's soon enough for me to go, that's fine. It's okay.
Yeah.
I don't need to be there. They can have their little fun. as long as I watch it on TV, I'm perfectly happy. But there was definitely a kind of excitement and buzz about being there last year. So I imagine that it's similar. And Perth's a lovely city, and it's a great city. So, you know.
Do you know what, though? It feels like they've learnt lessons from last year and have sort of enhanced it now. Like for this year's sort of like presentation. So that's been really good. And the only thing that's really throwing me off is when you look at the times of all these shows are going to be on.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be rough
like
on the East
11 p.m.
Coast.
starts. Like, I know how the Americans are complaining about it. We're in Australia and we have to wait till 11 o'clock to start watching these shows.
Well, we do. You at least get it at 10.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough, yeah. Queensland. Queensland. Should we run through everything that's happening in Perth this weekend?
Oh, before we do that, sorry.
Yes.
Run through everything that's happening in Perth?
Yes.
Yeah,
cool?
Absolutely. Yeah.
I like the way you looked at me. I'm like,
I thought you were going to run through the card of the show we're reviewing, so I was like, hang on.
No. In Perth, my friend. In Perth this weekend. Biggest weekend in Australian wrestling this year, at least. And we were talking at the start of the year that the AEW weekend was the biggest weekend in Australian wrestling this year. And then now, this is the biggest weekend in Australian wrestling this year.
I love Australia being a focal point of the game of anything you can do, I can do better between the two biggest wrestling companies in the world. It's fantastic.
Yeah. Keep fighting over us. I don't mind being the prettiest girl at the dance.
Yeah, hopefully this lights a fire on the AEW's butt for the February shows as well.
Yeah, 100%. Aside from, of course, This Is Our House, which we'll talk about as well, EPW and Fat Brew are doing This Is Fat House. It's 3 live pro wrestling sessions each day at the Fat Brew Club, Friday the 10th, 11th, and the 13th of October. Yes, that's right. 3 sessions a day, 12, 1:30, and 3 p.m. Each day is hosted by a different wrestler. So the Friday is hosted by Solomon Blackwell. The Saturday is hosted by Hayden Zenith. And then the EPW Heavyweight Champion James Hartness is hosting the Sunday show. Is that right? Oh, it must
Monday
be Sunday.
show.
The Monday show. There we go. I've put it in wrong.
Yeah,
I've screwed myself. So there we go. It looks like there are so many people that are at that EPW camp that all of these sessions are basically going to be mini super shows.
Yeah,
and not just those at the camp, but I mean we've already seen some of the people who dropped into the camp.
Yeah,
who the hell is going to show up, particularly on the Monday? Because if people aren't booked for Raw, and there'll be a few that aren't flying back till the Tuesday, you got to imagine they might just drop by. It's phenomenal.
Even just like you'll have people that have went to the school but aren't having anything to do with the This Is Our House show that are just going to be hanging around and be like, oh, we'll do like Seth Tyler's versus like
Dusky.
Exactly, something like that. So good. So we got that.
We'll get on to that. Nick Lee has just joined us in the chat.
Yeah.
So we will get
calm down, Nick. We're doing the whole weekend, brother.
There's a lot.
Dude, Where's My Ring are doing the official unofficial pre-show on Saturday, October the 11th. Doors open at 12 p.m. at Seasonal Brewing. That is kind of their home base, I think. Now they've done a few shows down at Seasonal, and the card for that is, Nick is right. It is stacked. You got Elijah Henry against Mikey Nichols. You got Jay Taylor against Aaron O'Malley. You got Vinny and the Knights of Nicotine, Buster Rust and Papa Germ against Julian Ward and PPK. You've got the Pulse against Axe Massacre and Tali. You got Murdoch and Faisal Ali. I'm sorry, Murdoch v Faisal Ali v Dean Brady v Trent O'Day in a 4-way. You've got Einar the Strange against Acton. And then you've got Jess Troy against the Great George.
Nick, I'm just going to pick you up on. I'm just going to pick you up on one thing, and that is that Dude, Where's My Ring is not necessarily a deathmatch company. It is a no-ring company. And I think that there is a slight difference, mate. It's a no ring. It's not necessarily death match. Certainly, the no ring company here is associated, but over there, Dude, Where's My Ring is not necessarily death match. I can imagine a few of those being really, really good, like straight up no ring matches. And I think
I don't think Jess Troy and the Great George are having a death match, or even a hardcore match. But I'm pretty sure Trent is.
Good. And I know.
And I know Elijah Henry against Mikey Nichols the same. Like Mikey's not going to bust himself open on that weekend.
Although I think he did at the last Dude show he was on.
Oh, did he? There we go.
Did he?
Yeah, it is a contest.
Apparently he gets a little bit crazy on those Dude shows, so definitely worth checking out.
Yeah. Also, too, for that, there is a low ticket warning. So tickets are really selling out for that Dude, Where's My Ring? So go to eventbrite.com, look up Dude, Where's My Ring, and get yourself a ticket because they've just announced. When was that announced? It's this morning that they are getting very low on tickets for that. So I'm just having a look quickly.
Like if you can still get tickets to that, your Saturday could be an incredible day of wrestling that has nothing to do with an international company. Dude, Where's My Ring into This Is Our House? What a day.
No, it's on the Sunday.
No, Sunday is This Is Our House, Jamie.
Oh, yeah, no, the pay-per-view's on the Saturday.
Yeah.
Used to pay-per-views being Sundays.
That's why it's called the official unofficial pre-show.
Makes sense.
It's a hint in the title there, brother.
I know.
Not the first time I've said that this week.
We're all firing this week.
I know last year, I've got a reason. I know last year that Dude, Where's My Ring did really well on the Saturday. Like, someone came up to us and went, they had really good numbers. So, just great. And I'm sure that people who came last year are bringing their friends. And Seasonal's a great venue. Seasonal's just lovely. Lashings of beer, warm, friendly staff. I love the Seasonal. It's one of my favourite.
Yeah, I think they've even got their own beer there. Dude, Where's My Ring?
Yeah, they do. Dude, Where's My Ring have their own beer. Yeah, that's fantastic.
Big congratulations to Michelle and the crew at Dude, Where's My Ring for working all of that.
She works so hard.
That's how you run a company properly. So, and of course, leading up to that, I believe NHPW are doing a Frio Mayhem free show on Sunday, October the 12th at 2 p.m. So that's in the afternoon. So you can do a warm up before you go. I don't know how far apart they are.
Willetton and Frio are only about. I think they're about a 30-minute drive, so they're reasonably close. So
you can do
NHPW will probably finish well and truly in time, so you can get to the main event. Speaking of which, there is still a literal drizzle of tickets left for This Is My House. Look, honestly, I think that's the show I'm more excited about for so many reasons. It's going to be a perler. There's still a handful of tickets left, so please. Go and see it. If you're like, oh no, I only like WWE, go and see this show. Seriously.
Yeah, go and if you are watching this and you are a WWE fan, I don't know how you found us to start with, but if you are,
it's you cutting up clips of Bryan Danielson, mate. That's
that's probably what it would be. If you are and you've never seen Australian wrestling before, get your ass to EPW on Saturday night. On Sunday night, sorry. It's the one to be at. It's the one. It really is. Like the talent that is on this show is, and I think Slater put up something this week where he basically did a screenshot of the cage match of the run of the show and said this has to be the most stacked show in Australian wrestling history, and he's not far wrong. You've got like a 20-person rumble, West versus the rest. Edward Dust, Tarlee, Great George, Craven, Dean Brady, Robbie Hart, Kai Drake, Stella Nix, Trent O'Day, The Velocities, The Pulse, Eugenie, Dustin Connors, Chris Target, Gavin McGavin, Faisal Ali, Gino Gambino, and Caveman Ugg. Holy shit. Like, you can put all of those guys
just that match is stacked.
Well,
that's a show in itself.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Also, we've got Jesse Lambert and the Dropouts versus Will Keatis and the Purveyors of Work Rate, which are the tag team champions. Yes, my friend.
Can I just say on that, all those people in that stadium giving it, that's going to be off the charts. That alone, like if you want your sports entertainment moment, there it is right there. That will be fantastic.
Yeah. And if you are a fan of women's wrestling in particular, Rita Stone versus Jess Troy versus Shay Cassidy, like that, plonk down your money for that ticket because that will be a ripper of a match. You got Jess, who is, in my opinion, the best women's wrestler in Australia for the last five years, easily. I personally think anyway. And then you've got guys like Rita Stone, who's been training her ass off in UE Pro for a while, really starting to now crack it into the PWA shows. And then Shay Cassidy, who I think has been on an absolutely monumental run this year, in particular.
Well, I mean, Shay's in the short list of about 2 people for the most improved wrestler of the year. Let's be honest. The competition's pretty small.
Yeah. I'm a massive fan. Aside from her wearing the bear, I'm a massive fan of her work.
Yeah, and the bear is only because it's a distraction from your matches. Like, it distracts the viewer. I really like the show. One of the shows we're going to talk about tonight, I was pretty happy because one of the early things that happened in the match was the bear was gone.
The bear was gone.
Thank God. Thank God.
You've also got the Coastal title was on the line with Rogan Kargas against Matt Hayter. And if you remember, on this show last year, Matt Hayter won that Coastal title.
Yes, he
did. Could he make it 2 super shows back to back where he wins that title? You've got a 6-man tag, Slater Pitt and Mikey Broderick, TMDK, against James Hartness, Lucas Fantasia, and Solomon Blackwell. These are the upper crust of EPW at the moment, the main event guys.
Jesus.
You've got Mikey Nichols and Shane Haste. In my opinion, they are the OG TMDK. They are who, like, when you think of TMDK, those are usually the first 2 names that come to mind. And the fact that they are as lauded a tag team as they are, like New Japan champions have been, like
Noah multiple-time champions.
They did their time in NXT. One of the only guys, like, I think Mikey's one of the only ones who left TMDK, like left NXT voluntarily. He was like, I'm out. I want to go home. So those 2 guys against ATO, who basically in 10 years or 5 years even, you could talk about them in the same breath as Nichols and Haste if they do the right things. So that is going to be unbelievable. And then, of course, the main event, which will not leave a dry eye in the house, Davis Storm walking into his last ever match against Michael Don Morleone. You guys know how I feel because, like, the interview went up this past week, and it wasn't one if you want to sit down and have a crack up and have a laugh. You're going to have laughs every now and then, but have yourself some tissues if you want to listen to watch that. I literally got messaged by a work, and I won't dob in who they are. I said, he messaged me going, I had to turn the show off. He was like, I'm really loving this interview, but I had to turn the show off because I'm driving the training and I don't want to walk in there crying, telling people to start doing rolls. So, man,
what a show. It's going to be fantastic. Look, again, if you're in Perth, I've frozen.
Yeah, but we can hear you, mate.
We can still hear you.
Yeah.
Okay. If you're in Perth, please get a ticket to this. Like, you're gonna kick yourself if you miss this. To have Davis Storm, a career veteran of 24 years, who by and large has never left Australia and made a home in Perth, and been a face, been a heel, been a tweener, and is probably one of the best promos. Pure, heartfelt promos, one of the best in the country. Get yourself along and see this match. It is going to be something special. It really will.
Big hello to our friend Ree, by the way. Hello, Ree. How are you, my friend?
Hello, Ree. Lovely to see you as always.
Oh, and we have Lachlan Albert in the wild. Update from Melbourne: significantly cooler than Brisbane. Will continue to monitor the situation. It doesn't get much better, mate. I hate to break this to you.
I like what Ree said here. She said Davis Storm is the epitome of someone who left wrestling in a better place than how he found it. Couldn't have put it better, mate. Really couldn't.
Yeah. Like it was one of the things where I was talking to work, and it made me dawn on the fact that like I feel like I want to be that guy now that when someone's going to retire, they hit me up going, I'd love to do an interview with you, my last interview with you before I retire, because just like it was a very different show. If you watch the show, you know what I'm talking about. It was
that style was great. The way you approached that with the photos and everything, perfect.
Yeah, it's such a good interview, and it's good to see. It's really comforting to see it doing pretty strong numbers as well.
Yes, yeah, of course, yeah. I haven't checked.
So if you haven't seen it, sorry, Todd, you won't promote it because it's you. But if you haven't seen it, go to our YouTube channel, look up on your normal podcasts, and watch or listen to. You know, they say the likes of this person will never come this way again. We will never, ever, ever have another Davis Storm in ring or on that mic. So make sure you listen to it. It's fantastic. He's still going to be around, but this is really a lovely way to put a full stop on his wrestling career.
And highly recommend watching it on YouTube because, like I said, Todd approaches it by pulling out some key photos from Davis's career and going through and talking about those moments and the emotions behind it, and that's why you kind of need to see it, to watch it, see the photos, and then hear the stories behind them.
Thank you, boys. But get your tickets. Get to Woodland Stadium on October the 12th. Think of it as Crown Jewel will be the pre-show to the biggest show in Perth this weekend. That is the EPW. This is our house.
Beautiful way to.
Oh, well, thank you, my friend. Let us move on to our. Unless we have something else you want to talk about before we move on to the reviews, my friends.
We do. Sadly, as several people saw, MCW are unable to do the Tuesday night show. So we are aware that we have promoted a giveaway through MCW of late. Obviously, a lot of the MCW people are over there in Perth, so we're not going to reach out to them about something like that at this point, but give us a week or so, and next week or the week after, we'll come back to you with some kind of alternate or some kind of rearrangement. So please just give us some time.
We'll work something out. It sucks. It sucks to happen, especially because I got told who the special person was to be in that signing with Tuckman. And
are you going to tell us, or are you just going to? Are you going to leave it at that?
I suppose I can now. Could I? Yeah. If not, he'd just get mad at me, and he's always mad at me in some way, shape, or form. That contract signing that was going to be between Tuckman and the Clydesdale was going to be hosted by Grayson Waller.
Oh, nice.
The unfortunate
kind of easy to figure out when you look at who Tuckman stayed with when he was in the States.
Yeah. The unfortunate thing is, being that he's a WWE contracted talent, can't really advertise that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it would have been cool. It would have been cool to see.
Would have been a nice moment. Yeah.
Yeah. I was actually, because there was a while where I was thinking, is Delta in town? Would they somehow get Delta along to do something? But it's all thing now because it's been cancelled, unfortunately.
I have a feeling she might be in town because she wasn't on NXT this week.
She was in a backstage segment which they pre-shot.
Was she on SmackDown though? She was on SmackDown last week, wasn't she?
She was on SmackDown, but she can fly out after SmackDown.
Yeah, that was last week though.
Yeah, I know. I'm thinking out loud here. Come on, get off my back, bro.
He gets a mo and he thinks he runs the world.
Oh, I know. All right, let us talk about the two shows, the two Australian wrestling shows that we are reviewing this week, because every now and then a glut of shows get released at the same time. So we have, instead, we'll do a... There we go. Someone just said, I spotted Delta in Perth today.
It's just kind of easy to see.
Yeah, that's true.
It's hard to sneak around with bright red hair.
Well, she was probably hanging out with some dude wearing leopard skin pants.
Yeah, that also makes it very easy to spot.
Leopard skin
I've got to
shorts.
get them back from the dry cleaner. Anyway, sorry, keep going.
Yeah, like I was saying, every now and then, like there's a glut of Australian wrestling shows that get released. So instead of like missing one out or something, we do like a double review, and that's what this is this week. We might go a little bit light on the international news because, well,
we've just covered most of it.
We just covered most of it. We'll talk about Crown Jewel a little bit, but we'll probably leave AEW till next week, just because of the nature of I don't want the show to get 3 hours long. Put it that way.
And next week will be AEW's big week.
Yes, it will be, because it'll be leading into Wrestle Dream. So we will talk about that in length then. I suppose the only other thing you could talk about with WWE is Santos Escobar left. And now he's back.
For about 12 hours.
Yeah. And now he's back. Which was really funny to see people on X just doing a victory lap on the fact that he left WWE and then have to quickly reverse run that victory lap back. Kind of felt like the Matt and Jeff doing the thing at the end of Collision before it went tits up. Anyway, first one we are going to review is, because I suppose it happened before PWA chronologically, and that is Mayhem Pro, Guilty as Charged. Do you want to go through match by match, my friends?
Sure. That sounds good. What we normally do.
Yeah, okay, smartass. I'm not Lachlan here, all right? There won't be any segues.
You're doing a great job.
There might be some segues, who knows? Opening match here, we had JXT defeating MJ Russo. Jamie, what did you think about this opener, my friend?
I enjoyed this for seeing JXT he's so seamless at sliding into whatever role is needed. So this one, he was more the face, whereas then on Renegades, he's more the heel character. And then MJ played his role as the heel really well. Didn't do anything flashy, happily jaw-jacking with the crowd and getting under their skin. I think overall, though, maybe it went a little bit too long for an opener, and then for what they wanted to achieve with the sort of interference storyline stuff at the end. I don't know if we needed an almost 20-minute opener for that.
Yeah. It's weird, because I could have swore that JXT turned heel on one of their last shows.
He did.
He did? Okay.
He did.
Okay.
He did, but then I think they realized he was still getting a face reaction, and the crowd, and I think that Mayhem was smart enough to read the room and go, not yet.
It's not going to work.
Not now. Not now. Give it some time. I mean, he's still coming out to Killing in the Name of fucking banger to begin with. Let's just call it how it is. It's a banger of a song, so that keeps me happy. But that is his heel music.
Yeah. So what did you think of the match there, Jeff?
I like this. I think MJ Russo has such a bright future as a heel. Very, very good. I think if they were going to end it the way they did, I agree with you, Jamie. It just could have been a few minutes shorter. Not necessarily a whole chunk, but definitely maybe 3 to 5 minutes just trimmed in there. But a really nice match. That expression, a safe pair of hands. You're in a safe pair of hands. If you're watching JXT, you're in a safe pair of hands. He's so good, and he still looks fresh. He still looks like he's approaching wrestling from a fresh perspective, and I really, really like that. I enjoyed the match. I thought it was good.
Alex Flyhart saying JXT noticing the ref got KO'd and self-censoring by going far out was pretty funny.
It was.
Next up, we had Edward Dusk defeating Tyson Reed with Chloe St. James. I really enjoyed this match. It was the one. I'm gonna say it, and I'm just gonna say it just now, and we'll leave it after that. The camera work on this one, this show, was a bit iffy. Just for the fact that there was one. I think it happened to the second last match. The camera work got really good on one side, but then the other side was just it felt like they were wrestling in a black void.
Yeah.
Saying it was hard to work out. And I think the camera might have had, and this is me talking like inside baseball, the camera might have had like an autofocus set on it. So every now and then it would focus itself to the lights or the ropes and not the actual wrestlers in the ring. So that, and I know that because I've had that happen on shows that I've had to produce before.
I did.
Nothing worse than going to edit something and seeing that the video is all messed up and there's nothing you can do about it at that point.
Do you want to see? Do you ever want to see a Todd rage? Yeah, see that.
And I did chat with one of the production team from Mayhem, and they said there were a lot of production issues inside the venue and also for some of their camera stuff. So it was a great shame because the show itself and the stories they're telling, it's just phenomenal. Yeah. I'm so enjoying Mayhem, and so it was a bit of a shame. But the show is still watchable. Don't think that you can't watch the show. Like if I can watch the show with the slight vertigo issues I have with free-held cameras, anyone can watch the show. So
yeah. Nick Leah says Russo was really solid. One of those guys that is such a shame the MCW show on Tuesday was cancelled. Yeah, his time will come. Same thing, but like that was like a Matt Hayter was going to debut there as well for that show too. So such a shame that happened. But it is what it is. We move on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really enjoyed Dusky and Tyson. They used Chloe well in the match as well with the monster and the,
yeah, nice twist on that.
Yeah, it was. It was like when they put it on, like whoever's following this for the rest of the show, they're really putting something in front of them to try and follow. Because if anything, I probably would have had this going into like a intermission or something, just because of the level I see these two workers at. Like Edward Dusky is at that level now of pretty much main eventing MCW shows. Mm-hmm. So he's on that same level as, say, like Erica and Lucky and like, So it's really hard. And someone like Tyson Reed is rapidly climbing those ranks as well. So having him so early in the show, you're just like, wow, okay, I wonder what else we got on this show then following it. Because they put on a really good display. I enjoyed it. I don't know how you boys felt. How did you feel, Jeff? How did you like it? Or not like it?
Oh, look, there's no way I'm not going to enjoy this one. What I really, really liked is their characters stayed true to themselves. There were no kind of, like, Dusk has that determination. That kind of, his character is so that he's determined to do things. And Tyson Reed is such a good shit-eating heel, isn't he? He's such a good asshole. And Chloe compliments him perfectly. Look, I really, really like this. And off note regarding Chloe, she's over there training as well. So she's over there training at World Beater as well this week, which hats off, Chloe. That's fantastic. Your dedication is admirable, and I'm sure Tyson's with you as well, so I hope you guys are enjoying yourselves. I thought this was great. Such great characters. Really, I couldn't get over the consistency. And they were almost saying to the kids, because essentially Mayhem are kids. They're the sort of newer wrestlers, and they're almost saying, this is what you need to do. This is where we want to see you. And that's kind of nice. That's really, really good. And it's a good system that the three of them have down there at Mayhem.
Yeah. Alex
Jamie, what did you reckon?
I don't know if it's... Sorry. Alex Fireheart said, I don't know if it's just the difference in presentation or venue size or whatever, but I didn't realize until now just how much Dusky has bulked up. Definitely getting more of that heavyweight look about him. Yeah, 100%. 100%.
That's why he was so annoyed at Lachlan for using the wrong promo photo.
Yes. And it was Lachlan.
Yeah. And did you guys notice Dusky, Perth, Lachlan, safe to make his way down to Melbourne while Dusky's not here? Did you? I've
got a feeling. I've also got a feeling that Lachlan had a hand in MCW getting cancelled, just so Dusky wouldn't be in town.
That wouldn't surprise. Like, really, that wouldn't surprise.
I'm just throwing it out there. I have no proof. I'm just throwing it out there.
Mate.
Sounds like something Lachlan.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think I love
Mickey. I reckon it was
Tyson.
Mickey didn't want him.
Not like that Jamie Apps. Jamie Apps.
Don't pick on Jamie. You're not allowed to pick on Jamie.
Don't pick on Jamie. Which actually...
It's don't pick on Jamie. Listen more to Todd. Here's the thing. And to me...
Actually, there's a funny story that happened this week with Lachlan and I in a text conversation we were having where I mentioned a date. And I can't remember what it was. It was like May 14th or something like that. I can't remember what the date was. And he goes, oh, that's really... Is it the same date as Undertaker and Kane lost their parents? And I just wrote back and went, Jesus Christ, you are such a nerd. And he goes, the funniest thing is, he goes, Mickey's sitting next to me. She goes, oh, remember that date. Can't remember my birthday.
Whoops.
So, you're a nerd too, Alex.
Yeah, that is very nerdy.
That is extremely nerdy.
Some Tylenol going on in those families.
Anyway, pivoting back, I really enjoy Tyson and Chloe together. They're that great. They're like, I like to say, like when I work with Mitch and I are like a 1-2 punch. Those two are a 1-2 punch. Where like every match that they go into, every match that I go into with Mitch, we want it to feel like it's almost a handicap match. And I feel the same with the two of them, with Tyson and Chloe. It's always like, okay, you're going to have to face Tyson, who's a really good worker, but you got Chloe on the outside who's going to cause trouble as well. So I love that. I love that psychological effect of having her there. So, but
I love the character too. Like, if you've been to any shopping center in the last 5 years,
Westfield.
You've met a Tyson and Chloe at some point.
Yeah.
Last 5 years.
Yeah.
Last 5 and the rest.
At least he's not bringing a machete to ring.
Not true.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tyson's character is so funny.
Yes,
so
really,
funny.
really good. After the match, there was something that I really... It's got me hooked to want to watch other shows going forward now with Mayhem. And that's Jab coming out and cutting a promo, wanting Dusk to join the cycle.
Mm-hmm.
If that is not a storyline that is going to be amazing to see unfold over the next couple of months.
And
the two of those, like going back and forth on a microphone, let alone actually getting in the ring together, is going to be great to see.
The great thing about Jab as well as Mayhem is they're not going to do that in a rush. That's going to be another... You're going to watch that over the next couple of years. Build and build and build. Because that's exactly the way Jab clearly likes his storylines to play out.
Yeah, because
a bit special.
As you watch the show, he still hasn't finished with sort of like Erica.
No.
Yep. Yeah, he's planting the seeds for his next story while wrapping up the previous one, which is really well done.
Yeah.
Overall, for that match, another thing I wanted to point out too is I enjoyed the commentary, but they have to be very careful in terms of playing up the importance of Chloe for Tyson to not go too far and ultimately diminish Tyson's ability in that, because they were constantly referencing how much she plays into him getting wins, and you can get to the point where you push that too far and make it so that the only reason he gets wins is because Chloe's there. So it's just one thing I would highlight to them, like just be careful on that side.
That's great. A funny moment when Alcanasis watched Tyson once. Someone yelled out, "If you're here, who's minding the train station?" He smirked and gave the crowd a finger. It was too funny. That's tickled me quite a bit. Thank you. Great story.
But yes, that promo with Dusk and Jab led into the Mayhem Pro Tag Team title match. The Cycle, Ezekiel and Isaiah, with Jab defeating Cousin Ali and Paul Fury. What did you think of this team of Ali and Fury? Jeff, sorry, I should possibly say a name.
I like them. I mean, Paul Fury's definitely got a lot. He's definitely got the crowd on side. He's quite large, and then you've got Cousin Ali, who's just a monster. And I like a babyface monster every now and then, and he plays the role.
They had a very Natural Disasters feel about them.
Yes, they did. But like when the Disasters had turned face,
yeah,
I would agree with that. And the Cycle are just like they're kicking goals. Those two really work well together, and I thought this match was terrific. Jab on the outside, and then doing a little bit of commentary work, fantastic. And even
Jab jumping on commentary was really good for this show, I thought.
Yeah. And then Mitch later was also really good. Jab using his shoot name there kind of interested me a little bit as well to give even deeper background into the Jab character. But the match itself was just terrific. Jamie, what did you reckon, mate?
I enjoyed this. Like you said, it was Natural Disasters kind of versus Brothers of Destruction, because the Cycle, they're also pretty big dudes. So it's like it was very much a meat match, and a really solid first defense for the Cycle as well. Like they were coming into this, and you needed to put them against formidable opponents. You didn't want them to just come in and trounce someone. So I thought that was really nice to establish that they are.
Ezekiel, who's the tall one?
Yes.
Yeah, remember when he first came out, I was like, he needs to put some size on. He's like skinny as a rail, like great height, but just needs to put that size on. He is putting that size on. So well done to him. He's really starting to
he certainly is
and looking a threat now.
Zeke's one of those people who I've begun to get to know a little bit by seeing him. It's no secret he's on the ring crew at MCW and Renegades, so I'll bump into him in weird places, and he's like, "Let him know I'm bulking up, mate. I'm bulking up," and he's so proud, and it's paying off for him. It's clearly paying off for him, and it's
Bro,
great.
I
He's
wish
a great
I could
guy.
unbulk,
So
it's a thing.
40s. Jamie's
And
like, "What are those 40s?"
I'm close. And like Alex Fireheart says, like, for the Cycle to get Ali up for that finish was really impressive as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought if we were going to get anyone, it would be Paul because it's the smaller guy. but get Ali
It still would have been impressive on Paul, but to get it on Ali was even more impressive.
Yeah. So to the point where I'm like, oh, that's not the finish, surely. We're like, oh, shit, okay, they got him. Well done.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I really did enjoy this. Sorry. Nicolia says he's a guy the camera doesn't do justice. I'm 6'3" and he towers over me. So there you go.
Yeah.
So he's 6'5"?
He's a tall lad.
Are we talking like Vink size or?
No. Like he's very tall. I think he'd be about 6'10", 6'11".
Yeah, I was going to say he's nearly a 7-footer.
Holy shit!
Legit,
I had no idea.
He's that
Wow.
Cool. Yeah. But a really
that makes
friendly
it even more
bloke.
impressive. It is hard sometimes it's really hard for the near on 7-footers to put on size that isn't fat. And I say that in the nicest possible way. It's just hard to do.
I think he might be doing. I think
he might be.
It would surprise me.
I would assume he'd be on the biz.
He started by himself. He just said, "I'm working my upper body. Let Todd and Lachlan know." It was before you were part of the crew, obviously, Jamie. He's like, "I'm working on my upper body. Let him know," and it's really, really paying off. I'm thrilled for you, Zeke. It looks good, mate.
Yeah. Next up after this, we had Blake Malik defeating Funtime Phil in a hardcore match. What did you think, Jamie?
I enjoyed this. It was a fun plunder match that broke up the rest of the card. The ending with the guitar shot was like perfect in terms of it's a visually striking finish and it plays into Blake's character as well.
Yeah, kind of what they were leading to for the whole.
Yeah, and there was one spot that I was like, well, that was a bit scary when Phil threw a chair at Blake from in the ring while Blake was on the floor. I was like, okay, maybe that was a bit of a dangerous spot that I probably wouldn't have had in there, but everything else was great.
Yeah. I think Phil...
I never liked the thrown chair shot.
I just don't like it when it could careen off into the crowd.
Yep.
Like, if you want to do it to each other and you trust each other to do it and you're in the ring, cool. If you want to do it where there are fans like a couple of feet away, not as cool. So, yeah, I don't... Help me get Blake Malik. Because there's something missing and I don't know what it is. Because he's got, like, looking at him, like the on the box presentation of him, he looks great. And he can work. I just don't know what I'm not getting.
Yeah, they need to do some more promo stuff with him, I think, to really sell the new character.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was about to say. I think the character just needs a little something. I'm not sure what it is, and it probably is more promo time. But I really like serious Phil. I like it when fun time Phil gets serious because you know you're going to see something really, really good. And yeah, really nice, really, really fun match. I agree. The chucking a chair at your opponent outside the ring is not advisable at times, unless the crowd are a good distance away. And maybe they were. Maybe the camera was a bit deceptive. But yeah, I don't feel great seeing it.
Yeah, I think that's something. If there was anyone else in the match, when they got to the back, Phil would probably be angry at them for doing it.
Yeah.
Ironically. But yeah, all in all, like, this wasn't a bad match. There's somewhat of I don't know what it is, but there's somewhat of a disconnect with me with Blake. Nick Galea says Malik to me is Edward Dust 2018. He's more the sum of his influences, but still finding himself. Yeah, I kind of feel like his character is being like just jumping around, like he was clown guy in WCW, in MCW, and then like. I know he's got the guitar gimmick and he plays the guitar and he can play the guitar quite well, but it was sort of like, okay, so could Van Hammer, but I didn't really get him either. Do you know what I mean? It was like, I need something more, and I don't know what that is. Other than that, like, he's got the look, he's got the size, he can work. I just don't know what it is that I'm not missing.
I get it.
I'm not getting here.
I get it.
So Alex Farhart said, I have no real idea why, but I honestly assumed Jab was going to help Malik win to try recruiting him to the cycle. I don't think he can have everybody in the cycle. He's not Don Callis.
I don't agree, Alex, because much like Todd said, I also think that the thing about the cycle is Jab wants it to be his people. It's a frightening cult because Jab doesn't want just anyone. He wants to choose the people he wants. It's a very psychological aspect to Jabs' character. Jabs' character. Jabs' character. I've become
I think the cycle he brought them, like Ezekiel and Isaiah, he brought them in because he can kind of mesmerize them and mold them into his own version of their characters. And then Dusk, I think he wants him because they're kind of like the yin and yang. They balance each other.
Yeah. Or to know that can control someone like Dusk.
Yeah.
Well, and one thing I like about Mayhem is they may take that risk. They may put Dusk in the cycle, and I think that'll be fascinating.
I would like, and this is just me spitballing, I would like for him to bring Dusk in, and then Dusk just takes it over and kicks Jab out.
Yeah,
be a good way to
that's what I'm thinking too.
Get Jab to the face side.
Yeah, to a baby face side as well. Yeah, you invited the devil into your house, and now the devil has taken your house. So,
and then Jab can say, because Jab's ego is such that he's going, no, I wanted to bring you in to destroy it. You know, wow, great, like goosebumps.
After that, we moved on to the 11th hour. Scotty Roach and Tom Crow defeating Matty Pierce and TJ Wilde. Jeff, what did you think about this tag team match, my friend? They've got a lot of tag teams in Mayhem, and I love that.
Isn't it great? I like this. I wasn't sure who was face and who was heel. I think that there was some confusion from the
I don't think they quite knew.
Crowd and the workers. I think I wanted to see, especially for Mayhem, this isn't necessarily true everywhere, but I wanted to see a more defined, these are the good guys, these are the bad guys. It's a very family-oriented product, and it helps with families. But the match itself, the work was great. I really like Roach and Crow. I really, really like them. I think in terms of working the right team, one, if you like, but really satisfied. And if these guys were to go around again with more defined characters, I think it would be so much more enjoyable. I like this. Nick Galeas said, Crow and Roach are a good team, though. It's funny to me they're teaming the pisshead character and the straight edge guy. I think that's terrific.
Well, someone's got to be the designated driver.
Yeah.
It's just being safe.
What do you think, Jamie?
For me, this match was the one where the camera lighting issues were the most challenging, because these teams have similar looks to them, and there was a lot of it was a tag match, but there was a lot of just everyone in the ring chaos moments, and there was a good chunk of it where I was like, wait, who's on what team? And with them not having that clear face heel switch, that made it even worse in terms of who's where.
That camera was so very dark. It was sometimes hard to tell who was actually hitting who.
Yeah, and they're all in black. It was like, oh, this is difficult. But
yeah,
when we did get the clean tag stuff and the tag moves between Crow and Roach as the 11th hour, they've got great chemistry together. And their tag maneuvers that they've put together for their team is really impressive. So cool to see that there are all of these different tag teams in Mayhem, and they're all quite different, which is fun.
Yeah. Yeah, Jeff, what did you think, mate?
As I said, I really liked it. I agree with you. The lighting and camera issues really, really played havoc on this match, because sometimes you could see the ring perfectly, and sometimes it was in pitch blackness. It was very hard to make out who was who. Saying that, as I said, the work itself was really strong. I'd like to see more of the 11th hour. I definitely think they're preening them for a shot at the cycle, which I'm fine with. And I think we've still got the physicals waiting in the wings, so their tag division is something really, really strong. I like this so much. I really did. I think there's a lot to be said for the tag team division in Mayhem, and it's all positive. So yeah, it was great. I enjoyed the match itself.
Yeah. Next up, after that, we had a quick promo from Mitch Waterman, basically saying that if the Musketeer wants to have a match against him, he has to prove that he's worth it. And to do that, he had this match coming up, and the match was Nate Hunter with Mitch Waterman defeated the Musketeer. So the Musketeer still has a little bit to prove to Mitch. What did you think about this match, Jeff?
Loved it, unsurprisingly. Like, both the Muskie and Nate Hunter are the future. These two guys are going to be big news all over the place very, very soon. Musketeer is already a face here and a face at MCW and working heel at Renegades and Wrestle Rock. He does such great work. He is so funny and so charming. The character is really, really he's just nailed that character. He knows what he is. He knows who he is. And he's going up against one of my new favorite heels in Nate Hunter, who, I did get the chance to sit down with Nate earlier in the year, and he's legitimately very funny. And Mitch Waterman, recruiting a stable of guys to stop the Musketeer getting to him. I love it. I absolutely love it. And Mitch is doing a great job. He was so funny on commentary. He really was. I was a big fan of this, unsurprisingly. Jamie, what did you reckon, man?
The same. I enjoyed this. I was really impressed with Nate. I think he has, like Todd said, he's the future. He has the look, and then he backs it up in the ring as well, which is great. There's always that concern of someone walks out that you haven't seen much of, and you go, oh, he looks like he could be cool, and then it doesn't live up to it. But Nate easily lives up to that. And then Muskie in this match was the perfect sympathetic babyface. He just got beat down. The moment you thought he had a chance, Mitch interjected himself and got involved and cost him the thing. So it's like, it's a cool story where they didn't just go, oh, he beat the Chosen One, now he gets his shot at Mitch. He's put that extra burden in front of him to come back and try and get it again.
Yeah. And I think Nate is going to be like Rick Rude. I think he's a guy who's just going to be a heel. I don't think we'll ever see Nate Hunter as a face, because he's got that look that makes you just go, like, there'll be blokes at the back of the auditorium going, yeah, I could take him. No, you couldn't. But I think he's just that kind of heel.
I really enjoy this match. I like the fact that they've sort of elevated Musketeer above being just like comic babyface opener, almost. Because that's kind of how I saw him, and there's no offense to him. It's kind of how I saw him before this. And then during this match, I'm just like, okay, I can see what they're doing here. I can see that they're trying to elevate this kid, and putting him with someone like Nate is a perfect foil for that, because Nate's easy to hate. It's really good, which is a perfect thing for a heel. The only thing that I don't like them almost putting Nate in that subservient role to Mitch. Whereas I want, because if it's me, I'm having Nate being a constant challenger for that internet title. I'm having constantly up in that thing, because that's they are a developmental territory. So they should be developing these guys to be in that spot on a relatively regular basis, and not just always having like what I call top people. Like
the guys coming down from MCW taking the top spot.
Yeah, exactly. But I couldn't really put a finger wrong with this thing. I thought it was really well done. Again, in my mind, it's elevated Muskie. At the end of this match, I thought more of him. I was like, okay, I can see this guy being like mid card to upper mid card now as time progresses. Because I even think like he's another one too. It looked like, I could be wrong, it looked like he's put a bit more size on now, and he looks a bit more solid.
He has.
So
he definitely has.
I really enjoyed this. Thought it was good. The only thing, like I said, I love the loaded elbow pad.
The loaded elbow pad's great.
Love that. Such good old school wrestling. Love that touch. But yeah, like I said, the only thing that I wasn't a massive fan of is the optics of Mitch sort of like being subservient. Not Mitch, sorry. Nate being somewhat subservient to Mitch. Because the last time I saw Nate, I think he had a bodyguard with him.
He did.
So he was like the main man, and now he's like, okay, so you're not the main man now, like optically.
Yeah, you've got to be careful that he doesn't just become Mitch's goon.
Yeah, exactly. Because I think that too, and he's not the size to be a goon. He's not a goon size.
I think they're smarter than that. I think that this is probably either a one and done, or now Nate's got that little bit of a rub from associating with Mitch, so they can start to move Mitch on either onto something else or move him into the background from Nate. I think that Mayhem is smarter than that. I give them credit. They're not gonna mess up Nate.
No, it's just something that I felt I needed to point out, because it's just because I am a massive fan of Nate. I think Nate's got a massive future, and I want to see that progress. Yeah. Speaking of progressing, we progress to the main event, the Mayhem Pro Internet title. Erica Reed defeating Lockie Hendricks, or did she? Jeff, what did you think about this main event? We had Jab on commentary too for this, by the way.
I liked a lot about this. I liked that Lockie walked over to commentary and started going, my foot was on the rope at the end. Because I think that instead of complaining to the referee, he was saying my foot was on, he wants everyone to know it. Really, really smart heel work doing that. Erica is so damn good. Erica Reed is so damn good.
Yeah.
Like, she's someone who, is an awesome person and a great figurehead for Indigenous girls and people people everywhere.
Also, somebody who could have been in the PWA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is a great baby face.
Let's start that debate again.
Start it. When did it end?
Yeah, I know. It didn't end.
It never will.
Sorry, Jeff.
Erica is a great baby face going up against such a dyed-in-the-wool shit heel, someone that you want to see get beaten up, and he didn't. And I like that. I like the fact that they're delaying it. And the match itself was just terrific. It was laid out so well. Lockie was always going to dominate a little, and Erica's hope spots, had you going, and then she got really good ascendancy, and then Lockie would dominate a bit more, and then Erica would come. It just told a really nice story. There was so much to like here. Two people on the top of their game, and yeah, fabulous.
Yeah, I like how the finish of this, by the way, was Jab got in the ring with the belt, and it looked like he was going to swing it at Erica, but very clearly just ran through and hit Lockie with it. Mm-hmm. And then Lockie took the bump and rolled himself over to where his foot was. Oh, no, sorry. He got picked up by Erica after that and got hit with the pile driver, which moved him over to the ropes, and his foot was on the rope when the referee counted the 3. And the foot was over the top of the ref as well, which I thought was a nice touch.
Yeah, the positioning was great.
Yeah,
I think
I kept thinking, like, wow, they are really protecting Lockie on here. It took a belt shot, a pile driver, and you still couldn't beat him properly.
But I think that the positioning and the practice that went into that end sequence was centimetre perfect.
Yeah,
really,
it was really, really good.
Because it could have fucked up so easily. 6 ways to Sunday it could have fucked up, and you didn't. I loved it.
Yeah, like where they had the ref positioned to do the count, because that's always the weird thing with those things where you're like, the ref could clearly see that. Like, how are they not calling that? Like, it's right in front of them, but they're not calling it.
Yeah.
The way they had him positioned, it's like, yeah, he couldn't see that. So it makes sense that he didn't call it.
There are so many times on shows that I'm on, people will explain to me like a complicated finish they want to do. And I'm like, can you do me a favor? So what's it? Just walk through it.
Mm.
Don't just like in your mind going, okay, we'll do this, and then pantomime what you're going to do and that. Actually walk through it in the ring so you know where you want to be and you know what it's going to look like. Because oftentimes you'll have all these cool ideas, but then when you get in the ring and you're 10 minutes into a match and you do this shit, you realize, I am about a foot away from those ropes. I cannot make that. Which can really, really hurt a match.
Yep.
I mean, there's no denying that Lockie Hendricks is a very, very smart worker. Such a smart finish. Really good work. And Erica was perfect. The two of them just combined. And they had nice chemistry as well. It needs to be said that they really had a chemistry in this match. Loved it.
Like
Jamie,
we are heading into near the end of the year, and I think it's Erica Reed and then Daylight for who the best female worker of the year has been. Really. Like, Eugenie's been good, but like, is anyone really holding a candle to the work Erica's been putting in this year? Like, we know Shay Cassidy's been really good as well.
Jess has had a smaller schedule. So
yeah, and Jess is really... And Charlie
Jess was injured for a long time too.
Mm. Yes. But when you look at it, I think Erica streets ahead of everybody else at the moment.
Rita Stone...
Rita Stone, yeah, but still...
Rita Stone deserves a mention for sure, but we'll come to that in December. Yeah. It's only October.
Macho Man Eddie Savage said, I really enjoyed the cliffhanger finish. There are so many usual tropes in that situation. Do nothing isn't one we very much see at the local level. Yeah, normally, like, when this
you restart the match.
I thought they're going to restart the match and then she gets, like, a cheeky
small package
roll-up or something like that. Yeah, but they didn't do that, which means they've got places to go, which I really enjoy.
Yep. And I loved, in terms of, like, the match itself, they had obviously there was an accidental head clash or something early on that busted Lockie open, and they didn't just ignore that. Like, the veteran instinct was to, okay, let's pivot a little bit, play into that, and then we had, like, Erica, like, biting his head and things like that, and him wiping the blood on his chest. Like, more sort of, less seasoned competitors would have just been like, okay, let's just not do that, continue with what we had planned. And these two went, well, we can all see the blood. Let's play into it.
I liked the blood. I think it added a dimension to the match because, this is a family promotion, wonderful, lovely. But if there's going to be blood, let's play on it. Like, Phil and JXT and they could have sent someone out to clean it up and had a pause in the match and things like that. But no, they just played with the fact that there was an accident. And Lockie was clearly fine, and let's go to town on it.
Yeah. Nicolia says the whole foregone conclusion gimmick is a featured thing in like 3 promotions now. I think having 2 heavily featured talents from the 2 major promotions in Melbourne means they can get creative. Yeah, 100%.
Absolutely.
So, but yeah, I really, really enjoyed the main. I thought the main was there for a reason because that's the main event is what you're technically supposed to be buying tickets for, and they didn't disappoint when they delivered that one. All over for the show. What did you boys think? Jamie, what did you think for the show as a whole?
Yeah, really solid show. Just be aware that there are those lighting issues, but once the matches begin, the matches are really solid, really enjoyable. Mayhem never disappoint in ring wise.
No.
I couldn't agree more, Jamie. I think that it was a shame for those production issues because if they weren't there, the show was one of the better shows from Mayhem, and all their shows are awesome. Like, this isn't... It's a promotion at the moment that doesn't put a foot wrong. I like that it's a feeder fed, if you like, but it's a feeder fed that's standing up. It's much like oftentimes the best show in WWE is NXT, which is still seen as kind of the step down from Raw and SmackDown. It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
That's what I was thinking too. Like, Mayhem really have great stories, which is kind of what a lot of people say about NXT. The stories are really good.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I really, really think this is great. I'm so looking forward to seeing what Mayhem do next because always entertaining.
Yeah. Also, as always, the YouTube link for that and also the PWA show, which we're about to talk about, will be in the description of the podcast version of this show. So if you're listening to this and you want to check out Mayhem and you want to check out PWA, which we're about to start talking about, they will
Sorry, I've just got a message from Lachlan saying, Jeff, please say that the show is free on YouTube. Sorry.
I thought we were going to avoid that this week.
Yeah, I'm so...
Sorry, Matt, you've got a drink.
I don't think Matty's around tonight.
Bitch. Macho Man and Savage said, good on the Mayhem guys for establishing those relationships. The pathway to Renegades and MCW give Mayhem shows additional context because there's always something more at stake. Yeah, 100%. It's basically their tryout every show.
But what I really like is that they're not afraid to go, okay, well, Mitch is pretty much a babyface wherever he goes, so let's make him a heel. And, let's play with whether...
Like, honestly, though, that is hard. And I say that because it's the stuff that I've gone through with, like, just booking because if anyone's listening for the first time, I book a promotion up in, like, north-ish Queensland called Mayhem Pro. It's about 4 hours out of Brisbane. So, like, really, unless you're a diehard fan, you're not really travelling from a Brisbane up to Maryborough to watch a show. So it's kind of the place where I like to experiment with things with people. Like for us up there in Wide Bay, Bobby Bishop's a heel, where he's a babyface everywhere else, and it doesn't really matter because he's up there. What?
Why? Why is he babyface everywhere else?
Because unfortunately, I don't know why, but people seem to like him. It annoys me too.
You were at his wedding.
Shut up. Because there was free booze. And I wanted to see Mark Davis. It was... it gives that chance of the workers themselves to be able to flex those muscles and learn different ways to do it. So when you go down to your other feds and they go, we've got an idea, we want to turn you heel. They're going, cool, I know how to do that because I've been doing it up there for the last couple of months. I got a good feel about it.
As a face, if you've worked heel, you know what worked from that side to get the crowd to react. So if you're on the other side, you can go, oh, you do this, and then they'll react, and then I do this.
Yeah, exactly.
It's interesting, particularly in the case of Mitch, because Mitch hasn't been a heel in
years now,
5 or 6 years.
Yeah, not since Brat Pack.
Since the Brat Pack.
Even towards the end of the Brat Pack, they were getting cheered because they were so entertaining in ring. So the Berry and Waterman were getting quite loud cheers, to the point where I think I said to Ree once, we're supposed to cheer him or boo him. I can't tell anymore. Because it was just like, but yeah, he's doing great work. Really happy with him as a heel.
Yeah, we're very happy with Mayhem Pro as a whole, especially like we said, as a feeder promotion to your larger promotions, quote unquote. Doing great guns down there. Congratulations to JXT, Fox, and
Jake Navarro.
Jake Navarro. For the work that they do down there. Awesome work, especially with the school. Everything you're doing with the school. I know Erica's got a big part to do with that school as well. And really, really good work, guys. Excellent. It bodes really well for the future of Melbourne wrestling. That you've got a crew down there doing that school, and then having a promotion tied to it that they can try this stuff out before, like, going up to the quote unquote bigger feds.
Well, it's Erica, it's Sid, it's Jake, JXT, and Phil / Fox, but it's also the fact that when you're seeing JXT put photos up of who he's got coming through that place as well. You always know that if you're going to train anywhere right now, you could do so much worse than go to Mayhem Pro.
In Melbourne, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So you've got JXT, like all-round performer. They have Jab coming in to do promo stuff as well, who has a legitimate acting TV movie background. So
he was double
think
J
of anyone
in
better.
Young Rock. He was double J in Young Rock. And when we did WrestleBrania with him a few weeks ago, his special subject was double J. We didn't give him an option. We just said, your special subject's double J. Oh.
So you couldn't pick a better person for promo stuff. And then, Erica, fantastic all round as well. So very good stuff down there. Definitely, if you're in Melbourne, that's the place to be.
Yes. But we will move from Melbourne
to
Sydney now. And last weekend, if you're in Sydney, it was all about finals footy. It was all about Brisbane v Melbourne. But for PWA, it was all about Live at the Mounties 9, finals fever. And we kicked off the show with I guess it was the celebration for North Shore Wrestling, which turned into an impromptu double match, I guess, where Shay Cassidy came in to sort of like interrupt, and then Chev's like, okay, if you can beat me, then I'll give you a title match. And then Shay went along and beat her in 14 seconds. So what did we think of this? Well, I'll talk about the whole segment, and then we'll go back to it.
Yeah, I think
which then turned into a PWA heavyweight title match where Chevs got over on Shay Cassidy in 8 minutes. Boys, what did we think of the opening of this, Jamie?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I enjoyed the backslide. They further established it. If she gets you in the backslide, you're done. But I also don't know how I feel about having the PWA heavyweight champion pinned in 14 seconds without any sort of move or thing before that. It was just, you're caught in a pin and that's it.
Yeah, a bit of chicanery or something, like she accidentally got hit by a belt or something like that.
Yeah. Or like, yes, just something in terms of like some sort of interference or distraction, but it was, nope, bell rings, rolled up into the backslide, pinned. I was like, that's not a great look for your champion.
No, I think also if there was anyone else on the card, aside from like Ichiban Sweet Boys, this would have been the opening segment to set up the main event.
Yeah.
Rather than the opening segment to set up the second part of the opening segment. The match itself, the second match, quote unquote, itself, was good. It was really good. Again, we've talked about it before. Shay Cassidy is having one of her really... I really did enjoy that in the promo at the open of the show. She pretty much just says that I'm on my own now. So I like that. The fact that it's like, okay, she's making a definite move to, this is me.
Yep.
Like, I need to do this now because I'm on my own. I don't have backup with me. So I really did enjoy that. And especially that contrasting the fact that you've got like two monsters in Jack and Sam Osborne and then a little shitheel in Will Keatis hanging around the ring to cause trouble during the match as well, which makes it triply hard for anything.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed. Again, I'm on the same mind as you, Jamie, where I did not like that really opening 14-second pin, but the match overall, the segments overall, I did enjoy. I think
the second half was. I really enjoyed the second half of proving that Shay belongs in that upper echelon of PWA. Like last time they were at Mounties, she had the match against Robbie that was really impressive, and now she's hung in there with the PWA heavyweight champion in Chevs. So now, like, the next step up is to do that on a Black Label show.
Yeah, like I said, if there was anyone else on that show besides like Kose Fujita and Robbie Eagles, that should have been the main event after that setup.
Yep.
Because I thought the setup would have been perfect to lead through. They could be talking all night about that main event, especially if she got that pin on her quickly and then
took off.
Okay, in the main event, you and I have a title match. You got me. Wow, really well done. And then the four of them jumper, and then beat the ever-loving piss out of her, and then get out of the ring. So good luck in the main event. So then she's coming to the main event, all typed up ribs. She's got the whole thing to overcome as well. So then when she does lose, it's like, what did you expect her to do? She got beaten the hell out of. She did all this, but yeah, this was still good. Like I said, Shay Cassidy is. You said at the start of the show, Jeff, like a very hot contender for most improved this year.
I feel a bit deflated by the initial because the character of Charlie Evans, and by the way, North Shore Wrestling are fantastic. Like, there is no doubt. They're a great stable, and how amazing is it that their initials are NSW? So they're basically New South Wales, getting booed in New South Wales. I love it. So funny. But Charlie Evans is smarter than that. Her character is smarter than that. Even as a heel, her character is smarter than that. And I kind of agree that there needed to be some kind of thing that happened.
Like, even like if they played Kingsley's music.
Yeah.
To get her distracted, and then Shay gets her in the backslide roll up type thing. Yeah. That would have been enough for me.
If Shay's out there going,
grab Barnaby off her, and was parading around with Barnaby, and she snuck up behind her and ripped her out of that. Just the distraction that she caused herself.
Yep.
Anything. But the match was great. Like, Chevs is so good. She's so good. Like, years in progress, years in Japan. Fantastic wrestler. Great wrestler. And Shay Cassidy, as you said, Todd, getting better and better every time we see it. Absolutely. Not to be mean to Shay or her gimmick, but I was so happy when Barnaby was gone for almost all of that match.
Yeah.
I reckon Chevs was just going, I'm not wrestling that fucking bear. Get rid of it. And it was a good move.
It just looks cumbersome. I don't know how that she does it and doesn't get annoyed with it herself.
It looks cumbersome, and every time she moves, and because there's a lot of movement in wrestling, it's a distraction to watch at home with this bear bouncing up and down.
Macho Man Andy Savage says, Shay managed to look like a super convincing babyface challenger in a losing 8-minute effort. She was great. Yeah, 100% I agree. Alex Farr said, I do like the touch that the commentators bring up that the North Shore guys are constantly trying to get Chevs to calm down rather than egging her on because they realize Shay has a chance if Chevs isn't fully focused. It was very good as well.
Yeah, that's what I liked about Chev's performance in that second match. She was working a lot faster and a lot more sort of rushed and angry than we usually see her, which was perfect in terms of playing into the story of, look what Shay just did to me.
It's taken a long time. It's probably taken too long, but I'm finally saying now that Chev's is really working well with North Shore Wrestling, and I'm saying that because it's taken until probably the last month or two that the crowd weren't still cheering her. She still got a lot of residual cheers for being fucking awesome, and she still is, of course, but because she spent so long as a babyface, the crowd really aren't. Whereas Robbie was able to just switch and be that arrogant best wrestler in the world. Robbie, fantastic.
Yeah, Lachlan Albert from Melbourne. Lachlan Albert.
We don't want him.
Yeah,
Jamie.
That's how my wife pronounces his name, Lachlan Albert. It was very interesting watching this between showtimes with the PWA crew on the Gold Coast. Knowing Shay put Barnaby on a post in a recent match, I'm wondering if she only has it on until there's a spot with it nowadays. Here's hoping. E.g. the Amber match. Okay.
Yeah, I do like when they use Barnaby out in a spot for it. It's not just...
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's not just...
And
there.
look, Barnaby was doing some funny stuff. If you remember, he was like leaping off the balcony into the crowd, and the whole crowd were reacting, and it was really fun. And I liked the idea of Barnaby, but I think now it's become a complete distraction.
Mushroom Man Andy Savage said, Chevs deserves a shout out as one of the many, many Australian wrestlers who has never looked better. She's in amazing shape at the moment.
Yeah,
as is Shay Cassidy.
Yeah, Shay looks great. I like Alex saying here, Barnaby for DDT Iron Man heavy metalweight champion. That is absolutely a perfect spot for Barnaby. I want to see that.
Moving on from that, we had the Brotherhood of RANGA, a word that only Lachlan can say. EC Brownie and Jack J. Bonza defeating CBK, Ben Braxton, and Rita Stone in 11 minutes 1 second. I looked at this match at the start, and all I could imagine is like the four of them going to a theme park, and just I'm sorry, Rita, you can't go on any of these rides. You're not quite tall enough. Because they did like a face to face to face, and it was like face to face to face to belly button.
Yeah.
But
that is the hard part with Rita.
It really is, especially when she's tagged with a monolith like Ben Braxton. So I really enjoyed this. I think Brownie is coming along in leaps and bounds since joining up with Bonza. It's really good to see those two as a dedicated. I would prefer if they stay a dedicated tag team, to be perfectly honest with you, because I think they work really, really well together. CBK, they're sort of on and off on PWA, but really, really love their work. You can tell that they've been teaming for quite a while now, and they've got that chemistry down, and they've got the psychology of how the two of them work together in a match down. Mm-hmm. So I really, really enjoyed this. I thought it was really good. And one of those things like, remember I talked about on the last PWA show that Braxton's just missing that little thing where the interacting with the crowd. And then when we watched Riot City, I was like, he's getting better at that. This was, again, another evolution of like he's starting to work that out more and more with every passing show. So I really enjoyed this match. What did you think, Jamie?
I was the same. I really enjoyed this match. The big fan of Rita. I just wrote down. It's hard to suspend the disbelief a little bit when she's in there with three other really big dudes. At least if there's one other person in there that's kind of closer to her size, it's a bit more believable. But other than that, really impressive. Braxton always impressive. They did a spot. CBK, the wheelbarrow sort of backflip slam thing.
Yeah.
That's got to be their finisher. That was awesome.
Yeah.
That was
good. Yeah. Yeah, really good. What did you think, Jeff?
Oh, look, I thought this was terrific. Brownie and Bonza are this is a great role for Bonza as he's entering the twilight of his career, because he is advancing in years, but to have him tag and sort of have someone like Brownie learn from him, just tremendous. And you can't say enough about Braxton. You really can't. And Rita Stone is a great foil for him. I'm really a big fan of CBK. I actually think the right team won as well, because you've got to look at the fact that Braxton and Rita are very sort of, they're here now. They might not be here next month. They might not be here for the next 4 months. We don't know how much they're going to be teaming together. So I think that giving the win to the Brotherhood of Lachlan really sort of massages up them and makes them even more of a presence, because you've got to consider that they're going to be eyeing the dropouts. They're going to be eyeing,
well, they were at the end of the show.
And that was a great piece of work at the end of the show. Boy, I like that, which we'll come to. I didn't like the way the show ended, but I like the end of the show. So
I like that.
I think
the Brotherhood are kind of they're filling that hole that the regime were in now that they're gone, of the big monster tag team.
Yeah.
By the way, Lachlan, I'm ignoring all of these, just so you know.
Lachlan. Actually, let me. Thanks, Lachlan. All right. You can't say a damn word, son.
Yeah. Moving on. PWA Mounties Cup title street fight match. Will Ketis defeats Big Fudge. Boo. Title change in 12 minutes and 52 seconds. Jeff, what did you think about this, mate? Is it too much for North Shore Wrestling that they're getting everything here?
They were in the show too much. Like I still find them entertaining, but overall I felt this was finals fever brought to you by North Shore Wrestling. So I just wanted to see a little less. It was the same problem, if you remember, there was a Mean Street Mayhem show, one of the Riot City Academy shows, where Mr. Cliff was in about 6 segments through the show, and I got the same feeling of this, in that, yes, they're your leading heel group, but less is more sometimes. I think that if they were going to do this, then 1 or 2 less appearances from them would have been fine. The match itself, tremendous, really enjoyable. They did everything. You talk about a guy who has gone from undesirable to undeniable, if you like, and Fudge is just that guy.
Hello.
Since he's come back, I knew you were going to do that. Since he's come back, he has become so watchable. And the nice thing is, it played into the story of Fudge and Ketis, which is ages old. It's been going on for 3 years now, and it's so good. The match itself was tremendous. Jamie?
If anything, I would have liked Aaron Jake to maybe play a part in him losing the match.
Yeah.
And just have Fudge going, I thought we were friends.
I enjoyed this. It was an entertaining, family-friendly street fight. Like, it was...
Yeah.
The weapons that Fudge brings into play whenever he has a match like this are just always the best. Like the mini stop sign, the giant lollipop, the bowling ball that was somehow in Will's esky.
You've got to love, like, if you are someone who's working him in one of those matches, like, well, he's going to bring nothing that's going to hurt me. It's going to be great.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about a chair wrapped in barbed wire. I don't have to worry about it. He's going to bring out something.
A giant blow-up lollipop. Cool.
Yeah.
But what I love is that Ketis sold it like death. He sold it like it was the most, incredibly heavy shot to take. Fantastic work. Great work.
And they're all like really easy weapons for the casual fan that was clearly at this show to grasp. Like the bowling ball to the groin is something where you go, yeah, that would suck. And everyone in that crowd, whether they're old, young, looks at it and goes, yep, that would hurt, and I don't like that. And
yeah,
like you mentioned, the North Shore stuff. This show was pretty bad for that part of it, in terms of we risk getting into House of Torture, early Death Riders territory where they just are on everything, involved in everything.
Yeah. Macho Man Eddie Savage said, Big Fudge might be one of the most underrated wrestlers in the country, including by PWA. He should be a top-tier babyface after the Rickies. I think he's kind of found his spot in PWA at the moment.
Yeah.
And he owns that. He owns that part of the card. Like, we need this match here. Where's Fudge? Do you know what I mean? I think he's found a perfect spot for him at the moment.
And don't forget, and I'm sure that the ice cream himself wouldn't mind me saying this, but he's a comedy character. You tease comedy characters being at the top of the card, but they never get there. Like, you tease that Santino's going to become world heavyweight champion, and everybody wants to see it. The fact that you feel like
you could be means that they're doing their job right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because he gets right to the cusp, and then someone like Ricky South cuts him down.
Yeah. And then one day maybe he wins it, but not for very long.
Oh, he wins it for one show.
Yeah, you could. Look, he has history with Chevs. You could have him beat Chevs, and then Will Keatis comes in, cashes in his esky, and takes it straight back off him.
Yes.
Perfect.
Moving on, we have the final of the PWA Premiership for 2025. MK Plus Ultra, Cosmo Cooper, Kai Drake, and Michael Spencer defeating the Third Eye, Jay Sorbet, Ty Thayer, and Xander Sullivan in what could only be described as a conspiracy. 11 minutes in 26 seconds. We need an investigation into this. Something's happened. Something has gone wrong. The deep state must be behind this in some way, shape, or form for the Third Eye to not walk away the Premiership winners. What did you think about this, Jeff?
Oh, look, I agree with you. Clearly, the Third Eye was a lazy eye. No, not at all. The three of them worked so well. All six of them were fantastic. I mean, Kai Drake is looking incredible for a start. I noted how good he looks right now. Michael Spencer, Cosmo Cooper, what a trio. Like, it was always going to be an uphill battle for Third Eye, but by geez, they were good. Xander Sullivan has an it factor that is we haven't seen where Xander Sullivan's going to wind up. He's going to be, as long as he's healthy, and hopefully he will be, he's going to be around for a lot of years. Jay Sorbet, Ty Thayer, great trio. They worked. It was a true trios match. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And, they're going to keep... The smart thing PWA do is they move people up in such a good way. It's not like, okay, Kai Drake's had a couple of wrestling...
but sometimes they take too long to do it.
Mm-hmm.
They take too long in pulling that final trigger. I agree with you. But they're doing the right thing with people like Kai Drake and definitely Shay Cassidy in that they're teasing. They're just massaging it. And then their main event scene 3 years from now is going to be phenomenal.
Yeah. Alex Farhart said, I know there's a difference between superstition and conspiracy theories, but I found myself going, no, don't touch the shield. That's bad luck when Third Eye touched it before the match.
They're quite right. I agree with you, Alex. I was like, no, don't do it.
I love that both teams have trios moves. Yep. It's not just 2 out of the 3 doing their double team move and then tagging out, and another 2 out of 3 do a double team move. They've got moves where all 3 of them have an action and have a move and have a purpose to be in there, which I think is great. It means that they are a proper trios team.
And pursuant to that, Todd, I like that it wasn't just triple power bombs, because that's just so easy to fall into a triple power bomb. But we saw some really innovative and creative moves as well. What do you think, Jamie?
One of my favorite moves that they do is that one where Xander has the guy, and basically hip tosses his partner into a blockbuster.
Yep.
I love that move. I think that is I think I messaged Xander after that. I saw it and I said, keep that one because that is fucking great.
It's a great move.
And like Alex has just pointed out, the use of the lucha rules from both teams was brilliant, where they were getting in, hitting a thing, sliding out. The next guy came in, got in, hit a thing, slid out, and it just had the guy that was in the middle taking it all, just constantly like confused. I don't know what's happening, and it was like awesome.
Oh god, yeah, I love that. So good. Like the psychology, I think, is brilliant about it. Macho Man 80 Savage says, Xander has been in some EPW camp photos this week. It makes me happy seeing guys with so much potential actively seeking experience and bettering themselves. Yeah, Xander and I had, when PWA did their last, not the Gold Coast show just gone, but the one before, Xander and I had a good sit down and had a chat about that. And he actively wants to get out to as many places as he can. I know he went down to Melbourne for, I think it was the last MCW show, just to help them set up the ring and get to know people around there. So he's actively working hard to get his name out there and get himself seen. So hopefully really good things can come of that.
If you do that again, come and say hi, please, so I can at least meet you.
He was probably busy.
I expressly told him not to.
That also sounds feasible.
Yeah. Stay away from that Jeff character.
Who? What?
I said, stay away from that Jeff character. I know for a fact he shut down one lasagna place. Don't make him ruin your career.
Mate, the place is still fucking open. Let's move on. Lachlan and I are eating there next.
Lachlan's probably there right now.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, I really enjoyed this match. I didn't like who won, but that's because I'm a ardent
I was shocked by that win.
Yeah, so because I thought they'd worked this whole thing. I was like, this is a really good vehicle to launch a third eye. And I know that Tai Thea is relatively new, but Jay Sorbet has been around for a fair amount of time, and this has really been possibly the best work I've seen him do.
Yep.
So then the three of them together are a really good trio. I like them. I hope that PWA, now that this trios tournament is done, they don't just go, okay, we can go back to doing just tag stuff. And I hope they keep them together as a trio in specific trios matches to further something. Even if they were to bring in a trios title, I would be very, very excited about that for PWA.
Will we see?
Yeah, because there's plenty of trios in PWA.
Yeah.
Will we see 2026 teams of 4?
I hope not. I think that's too many. I think 3 is about the right balance for a because it's not because then it's just 8-man tags with Survivor Series matches. There's too many people on the apron. It's just.
I would happily just see the Premiership be a trios thing from now on, and you can have a tag tournament at another point. You've already got Coliseum as the singles tournament. You don't want to multiply that, so. Keep the Premiership as a trios thing because it's a Premiership. It's a teams competition.
Yes.
And then you can do some sort of tag thing at another point.
Yeah. We moved on to that to a straight tag match. North Shore Wrestling, Jack Osborne and Sam Osborne defeating Mana and Manouche, El Phoenician and Marley Paletti in 8 minutes 43. We only just got done watching Mana and Manouche on the Academy show. I think it was the week before, maybe. What did you think of these guys against the North Shore Wrestling here, boys? Jeff?
Yeah, quite entertaining. I mean, Mana and Manouche have a big future. Marley Paletti particularly is someone that I recognise is going to be huge. The kid's going to be absolutely massive in a few years. And, for someone who's only been in the eye for a short time, Jack Osborne is so good. He just gets it. And, we speak volumes on the show about Sam for a reason. So there was no way this was going to be bad. I only question the positioning of this. I actually would have probably opened the show with this leading into it, because the dropouts were there, leading into the Chevs match. So I would have somehow made the Mana and Manouche come out with Shay at the beginning and cause a distraction for Shay to get the roll up. The tag guys go, "We want you now." Shay's won the match and they can do some.
But I think it was more the fact that being that the dropouts in each of our three boys wasn't even for a title; it was just a match. You couldn't really have that as a semi-main before that.
Yeah. No. I would have gone.
No. I mean the PWA title match.
Yeah.
They couldn't do it as a semi-main to just a straight tag match after that. Because it sort of like diminishes the PWA title. But you can open a show with it, and that's fine. You can't really do it like semi-main.
I get what you mean.
Okay, we're going to do the PWA heavyweight title, like what we think is the best title in Australian wrestling, and then we're just going to have a tag match after that.
Yeah, just a funsies match.
Yeah, match of funsies.
Macho
Man Eddie Sorry says, sorry, how good are Chris and Rosie? They sold Palladium and Phoenician like they were Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes. Chris and Rosie are the best commentary team in Australian wrestling.
Rosie is so funny. I'm surprised Rosie's not here trying to derail our show at the moment. I tried desperately to derail their show, but of course the Twitter feed was on a bit of a lag on Friday. So they weren't there. They weren't there the whole time. They were only there a little bit, but really, really good, the pair of them. Look, the match itself is great.
I still hate El Phoenician's name. Hate it.
Yeah.
If your name's El Phoenician, put a fucking mask on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, otherwise, have a name.
Yeah.
Like, is your first name El and your last name Phoenician? Like, in that case, it's a different story. But, like, I don't know. I don't get it. Anyway. Those two guys have got a big future. A big future.
Yeah. Marley Paletti's giving, like, big sort of young Rock vibes in terms of the way he just carries himself. Obviously, the Samoan look.
Yeah, I say young because, the guy's been around for a while, but almost young Braxton vibes too. Yep. Whereas, you can tell, okay, this guy's the future's future.
Yep.
Like, we call Braxton the future, he's the future's future.
Mm-hmm. And then Jack Osborne, I thought, really came out of his shell on this show. Like Alex said, he was much more vocal, talking to the crowd, talking to the cameras. He wasn't just the silent, menacing monster alongside Sam anymore.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that.
I think he kind of has
says
to.
Marley is going to be huge in a few years and a big star as well.
I think he kind of has to, because you got to look at the fact this is Jack. You got to look at the fact that everyone else in North Shore Wrestling is a great talker. But he's just there silently. It's 2025.
Yeah, but if he didn't, I think he'd get eaten up in that team.
Yeah,
he has to keep
lost.
Yeah. But it was a good. I think if anything, this was a good match to establish North Shore Wrestling as a kick-ass tag team. They're gonna to do what they're gonna do. And for a team that hasn't really, I know they're brothers, but they haven't really teamed that much. They look really good together. I thought it was a really good match. The next
I think first defenses are always really important. So the first few defenses are so important to set the tone of what your title reign looks like, and that's true of both singles and tag. So really good.
Our next match after this, which I think was a sleeper match, Paris de Silva defeating Velikan in 7 minutes 47 seconds, or as I call him, long-haired Loki. I really enjoyed this match. You can tell that those guys have somewhat taken. I know he was part of their 6-man trio thing, but you can tell that they've taken him under the wing, and that it feels like they're working with him, because this was really good. I thought the kid has a lot of potential. Jeff, sorry, I should throw to people, but
you're right, mate. I didn't know whether you were finished or not, and I was having a good beard itch. I agree. Velkin is clearly good. It seems like they're slowly walking back the heel turn that they hinted at as part of the premiership. And Paris de Silva doesn't have bad matches. neither of the velocities have bad matches, and it was emphasised here that even outside Jude is extremely watchable, and the whole thing just came together perfectly. I actually would have given this another minute or two. I felt like it was just a little bit short at 7 minutes 47. But you know, Paris was always going to win this, and it was great. It was really nice work. Jamie?
I thought this was like technically sound, and for us sort of wrestling nerds, really impressive. I think for the Mounties crowd, it's kind of questionable whether you do this honorable test of skill style match in this position on the card, because there was no real clear babyface heel. Who do we cheer for? Who do we boo? And with a very casual audience,
yeah,
they were kind of just sitting on their hands like, okay, that's impressive, but I don't know what is the emotional stake here.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the Mountie shows almost need those Dynawar babyfaces, Dynawar heels, just to give the fans that aren't going to the other shows a grip of how they should be reacting.
Yep. Like you look at the Will Keatis Big Fudge match where it was so obvious heel face, the crowd was there for it.
Yeah.
This match, they were kind of like, okay, we're in awe of what we're seeing physically, but we don't know what to do emotionally.
Yeah.
It was the same in many ways as the match in the Mayhem show, in that there was that division. I agree by and large, but I was so captivated by what was going on in ring, I almost went, I don't want to know what the crowd are doing. I just want to enjoy this. And I did. So, you know, speaking selfishly, of course.
We move on to the main event, and with what I think anyway is a massive upset. The dropouts, Scott Green and Tuckman defeated the Ichiban Sweet Boys, Kozai Fujita, and Robbie Eagles in 19 minutes 2 seconds, with Tuckman pinning Robbie Eagles again. Were you as shocked as I was, Jamie?
Yes. I did not expect it to happen this way, but I guess they're playing into the Tuckman has really learnt his lessons going up against Robbie over the last 12, 18 months, and now the story is like, has the student surpassed the teacher type thing, where now he has Robbie's number?
Yeah, I think I put in our chat, I think that the Tuckman has some incriminating photos of Robbie somewhere. To be getting the photos he's been getting from Robbie, he's got some dirt on Robbie we don't know about.
So I'm claiming influencer status for Robbie Eagles right now.
He's got the photos.
Steal him a gimmick.
He's got the photos of Robbie attending the Jamie Apps moustache growing school. See, that's what Tucky's got. Yeah, this was great. Like in ring, it was just fantastic. But there was no way it wasn't going to be. Some of those chops hurt me. I was sitting at home, and some of those chops fucking hurt me. Robbie is so good. Like Robbie Eagles doesn't have bad matches, and Fuge is up there with him as well. I agree. I was very shocked by the result of this, just because it's the Ichiban Sweet Boys. You know,
I love the dynamic of Robbie being
the fun
dad.
Police.
Yeah, just being angry dad to Kozai. Like, stop doing it. Yeah. Don't do that thing. Don't do it. Then at the end of the match, he's like, I'll just do it once. All right, just do it once.
Yeah.
I love that dynamic.
I think that the truth is, it's so hard for Robbie to be a heel, particularly in Sydney or particularly in Australia. It's a tough ask for crowds to truly boo him, because he is so entertaining in ring. Like it begins and ends with that. But it's the same thing. If you want a comparable, it's the same thing as Roman definitely was getting cheers as the tribal chief near the end there, because he was putting on really great matches. I think that the interesting thing about this is it was a really, really lovely tag match that, considering the ending, there was something from my perspective. There was something missing out. I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it.
I almost felt like when we did see the dropouts get the kind of the upset, that we were maybe going to get Robbie giving them like an invitation to Japan because we're approaching Super Junior Tag League season. I was thinking, maybe this is their chance. The dropouts.
Yeah.
If Shingo's a junior, then the dropouts definitely are.
Absolutely. Yeah, good point.
Yeah, I really like it. It was a really good. Like I said, the end shocked me. There was no way I saw Ichiban Sweet Boys doing the JOB in ever anywhere. To be honest with you, outside of New Japan. So yeah, I enjoy that, and I enjoy that because, like I said, it's a shock. Overall, I thought the show was really good. It was one of those ones that it was like an in between. Matt, you know how like there was sometimes that we didn't like some of the Black Labels one, but really enjoyed the last Mountie show. I felt this was like in between that.
Yep.
Whereas like
the highs were really high, and the couple of like low points were just like, okay.
Yeah.
They were passable.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I wasn't like raving after the show going, you got to go and check this match out, you got to go and check that match out. But I was going, it was a decent show. I was sports entertained.
Yep.
There are worse ways to spend an evening. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just watching this, there are worse ways. And the nice thing is that I know that Fuge did a seminar in the PWA dojo with a few attendees there, which is great.
And then there's also like the post-match too with
this was interesting.
The Brotherhood coming out and confronting Tuckman and Scott Green and like suggesting that Tucky should be with us. You are one of us. And Scott hasn't been here for you recently.
No.
And I liked that they've left that open for us. There's great story potential there.
Yeah. And like they went out of their way to hit Scott and not touch Tuckman.
Mm-hmm.
And also Tucky didn't fly back at him either.
Yeah.
He sort of like hung back and watched and then looked at Scott afterwards. So yes, many things to unravel. And if you want to unravel how to watch this thing live and free, it's not live and free, but free on YouTube. You happy?
There we go.
Yuck. The link to that will be in the description of the podcast, as well as the Mayhem Pro. That really hurt me to do that. As well as the Mayhem Pro show that we also talked about at the top of the show. Two really good Australian wrestling shows. Once again, showing you two different types of Australian wrestling shows. One where Mayhem Pro is very much a developmental territory for Melbourne wrestling, and PWA, which would I think they would call themselves the best fed in the country. I know we would have our arguments towards that because we really enjoy their work, but there are other feds that we like as well. So two very different types of shows, two very different types of feds, but both of them really representative of what Australian wrestling is nowadays, and that is like growing. So if you are listening to the podcast, the links to those shows will be in the description. And believe it or not, guys, everything might be happening in Perth, but there is still some stuff happening in other states this weekend. I don't know how, because I thought every wrestler that owned a pair of trunks are in Perth, but apparently not. Because in New South Wales, we have Rock and Roll Wrestling. Once again, thank you to Michael Lee from Australian Wrestling Community Facebook page for compiling these and sending them to us every week. He doesn't even wait for us now to take them off the page. He just sends it to us in messages now. So thank you very much, Michael. New South Wales, Rock and Roll Wrestling have Get the Tables and Next Level on Friday, October 10th and Saturday, October 11th. In Victoria, PCW have Slam featuring Ignition on Friday the 10th. MXW Pro Wrestling have Donald Show. I think that might be like a show, like a fate type thing, maybe. Friday, October 10th and Saturday, October 11th. And this small company called WWE have the Australian Super Show on Wednesday, October 15th. So I think it's in small place.
New upstart or something?
I think so. Yeah.
Who runs it? I've never heard of it.
Oh, geez,
some guy named Paul.
Paul Lescue.
Paul Lescue.
I'm not very good with accents.
He's probably dodgy.
But the hub of Australian wrestling this weekend. Shut up. The hub of Australian wrestling this weekend is in Perth. We have SmackDown, Crown Jewel, and Raw. Friday the 10th, Saturday the 11th, and Monday on the 13th. EPW have This Is My Brutality and This Is Our House. Of course, the Brutality is at the
Brew Club.
The Brew Club.
The Brew Club. Sorry, it is written there. Yes, at the Brew Club on Friday 10th, 11th, and Monday the 13th, and of course the Super Show, which is This Is Our House at Williston Stadium on the 12th, Sunday. Main event: David Storm, Don Morleone. Get your ass there. Of course, Where's My Ring is the official unofficial pre-show to Crown Jewel on October the 11th at 12 p.m. And New Horizons Pro Wrestling is the unofficial official pre-show to it's really not to This Is Our House. That is at Freo. It's October the 7th at 2 p.m. So you can go to see that at 2 p.m. in Freo. Then haul your ass over to Williston Stadium to watch the EPW.
October the 12th.
This Is Our House. On October the 12th, sorry. Thank you very much. And that is what is happening this week. And also World Series Wrestling announced their first international talent as Bishop Dyer, former Baron Corbin, has been named on that. Tickets go on sale on October 22nd at worldserieswrestling.com.au. At the moment, it's Friday 15th of May, Saturday 16th, Sunday 17th, and Monday 18th. First night is in Adelaide Entertainment Centre. Saturday and Sunday is at Melbourne Pavilion, and Monday is at Penrith, Panthers Penrith. That really is weird when you have to read it the other way around. Because normally I'm used to saying
it is
Penrith
backwards.
Panthers.
Panthers.
Panthers. Yes. Anyway,
I will be at Rock and Roll Wrestling Next Level on Saturday, so come and say hello if you go to the show. And it's got EC Brownie in the main event.
There you go.
Oh,
will you have signed Charlie Evans merch there, mate?
I will have some, yes, and I will have a whole bunch of trading cards featuring that guy.
Oh, all right. Well, get around him. You can also get around us by following us on our socials at Wrestle Radio AU on X and also Wrestle Radio AU on Instagram. We'll be back in a very few minutes to talk about Crown Jewel, which is the Crown Jewel of the WWE weekend in Perth. Right after these messages in this ad, we have a quick preview of a discussion that Lachlan had with Brisbane's own Bobby Bishop over the weekend. That'll probably go up on Monday, I think, for the full interview for it. It's a 23-minute interview, so we just took a little snippet out of that interview, and we will be back right after this. See, I did
Attention, trading card collectors! Are you ready to take your collection to the next level? Dive into the action with the limited edition Australian Wrestling card, showcasing the most electrifying talent Australia has to offer. Imagine owning cards featuring legends such as Robbie Eagles, Shazza McKenzie, Shane Hayes, Madison Eagles, and many, many more. But that's not all. You'll also snag cards of the iconic referees, commentators, and announcers, just like me, Lord Andy Coyne, to truly capture the spirit of Australian independent wrestling. And as our homegrown talent continues to dominate the world stage, Ausrest cards are destined to become hot commodities. Not only will you be owning a valuable piece of wrestling history, but you'll also be supporting the amazing wrestlers and talented photographers behind the magic. So don't wait. Grab your Australian wrestling cards now at pariomagazine.com.au/Ausres cards. Order today and kickstart your collection with a bang.
Your character has always felt like an extension of parts of you, right? Yeah. And now we're seeing as the character evolves, how is the evolution of the character affecting you as a person? How much is you as a person affecting the evolution of the character?
Okay, so
when I did Dreadful, I did it because I was...
So for anyone who doesn't know, originally, Bobby was under a Deadpool mask, just being a Deadpool.
And I can explain this, and I love explaining this. I don't actually. But I was not forced, but told that I was having a match. And in wrestling, when you're starting out, it's very hard to say no. And I knew I wasn't ready. So I thought of an absolute dog shit, cheap gimmick to cover my face and cover the flaws. And it was like a parody of Deadpool, who's also a parody of a parody. You know what I mean? Like, it's just stuff like that. And that way, when I messed up, I can make it look goofy, like I was doing that. That was the whole idea. And I didn't care people hated it, because I was like, bro, I'm just doing this so I don't have to I don't expose who I am as a wrestler.
They don't see you and go, oh, I've seen him be terrible.
Yes, yeah. And I was still training. I was going to 3 different schools. I wanted to be better. So when I came back as Bobby Bishop, which I didn't even coin that name, some dude in a car ride who wouldn't shut up. And I mean, he talked so much.
Just constant.
Oh, it made me look good. But he wanted to run a show, and he was saying, oh, I want you to wrestle and be under Bobby Bishop. And I was like, oh yeah, man, I'll do that thing. You say, yeah, but you know you're not going to do it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can do that, yeah. No.
We'll see if the dates line up. We'll see if I'm busy.
Yeah. And then he said, oh, we call you Bobby Bishop. And I'm like, oh, that's not a bad name, yeah. And then I remember when I got an opportunity to wrestle on a show that I really loved called Pacific Pro Wrestling. Now, Pacific Pro Wrestling never got numbers, but its wrestle talent base is amazing. You got Istria, you had Adam Brooks, and you had Robbie Davis. Like, all these guys, everyone was there.
Star-studded.
Yeah, it was great. Like, some of the footage that's not been put out in a long time, oh my God, it's missing some great history of wrestling there. And I got to wrestle on there, and then that was the moment where I was like, okay, maybe I will use Bobby Bishop. And then that guy I never saw him again. So like, he never could stop me. And like, Bobby Bishop was just a goofball. I kind of kept the Dreadful thing a little bit, but it was just in a way where I was like, look, I'm still green. And at the time, Queensland Wrestling wasn't really. We couldn't. If you're gonna call me out, I'm gonna call you all out. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then,
as much as you had like Pacifica, who's got these crazy talent, you know, like then there was also a lot of, you know, we've talked in the past about the state of Queensland wrestling and how far it's come.
Yeah, 100%. And the evolution, like the undeniable character, became undeniable when I was forced into a title match. And let me just say that, because I turned up and I was meant to have another match, and they're like, congratulations, you're doing a run out and winning the title at the end. And I said, I don't want to win a title. Why would you trick me? Sorry, I said, why did you trick me into this? Like, because you would have said no, because you never won a title. And that's when I had to double down into a serious character called Undeniable. And basically, I used my own insecurities in the character in a way where it's like, no, I train fucking hard. I do this. I'm sick of people thinking that I just get on shows because I'm friends with the promoters and stuff like that. Like, I work just as hard as them. I network just as fucking hard as them. You know what I mean? You train hard, you work hard, and no one can call you out because you are unfucking deniable. I'm going to swear a lot, by the way.
Oh, it's on.
Hey Melbourne,
WrestleBrania
is back again in 2025.
WrestleBrania
For Sunday Slam.
WrestleBrania
At the Bergie Band Room, 4 epic Sundays over 4 months.
WrestleBrania
Let's get ready to Brania! Starting at 7:30 p.m. August 31st, September 28th, October 26th, November 23rd. Tickets $28.05, including booking fee through OzTix.
WrestleBrania
A home of
sports entertainment.
Every show will be different with new games, new guests, and maybe even a new host. Nothing is sacred, no one is safe, but it will be a fun and entertaining show. Or will it? Yes, it will. WrestleBrania Sunday Slam.
Hey everybody, it's Radar Superstar Adam Copeland. I got a bunch of handles. Anyway, call me what you want, but you are listening to WRA, Wrestle Radio Australia.
Yes, you are listening to Wrestle Radio Australia. This is Making Chicken Salad. I am your host for tonight, Todd Eastman. I'm here with my friends Jeff Setti and Jamie Apps. And we are moving right into the crown jewel of the WWE weekend, and that is Crown Jewel. I thought what we might do tonight, boys, because this is Crown Jewel, this is the Australian one, we're going to do some predictions. So then I can get my friend Alvarez to tell you guys off again. Most fun way. And Lachlan, if you're still listening, you can put yours in the comments as well, my friend. We will start off with Roman Reigns. This was just announced this week. Roman Reigns versus Bronson Reed in an Australian street fight. The table's set for Bronson to get a win here because it's a street fight. And we all know Bron Breakker's in the country as well. So, do you boys think that our mate Jonah gets the win here, or?
I'm picking Bronson. I hope so, anyway.
Sorry about that. Was muted. I think also that it's...
That's your damn self.
I think Roman really has enjoyed this and wants to do the favour as well. So, yeah. Because, I mean, he's a guy who can pick who he loses to. And who he's
feuding. As long as we see a cricket bat, I'll be happy.
Well, he did have one on him the other day. I saw a photo of Bronson looking lovingly at a cricket... Yeah, today, at a cricket bat.
He was interviewed by the West and they gave him one. So I expect we'll see a cricket bat.
I tell you what, if a thong doesn't come out and somebody get hit with a thong, then it's not a true Australian fight.
Yep. And AFL football needs to be kicked into someone.
Yeah.
A pair of barbecue tongs. Like, let's go here. Some crushed up barbecue shapes on the ground.
Just force Roman to eat a Vegemite sandwich.
Oh God, no one wants that.
Caked in Vegemite too. Caked in Vegemite. If Jonah doesn't win, if Jonah doesn't drink out of Roman's shoe, what are we even doing here? It's a very good call, Andy.
Yeah.
A gross call, but a good call. So, I guess that's all three of us. We'll have our mate Bronson with the win here.
Yep.
Okay. Sorry, I'm writing this down so we don't get it.
Oh no!
Don't get it twisted. No, of course we are. We are keeping ourselves.
You gotta listen to Todd.
Don't make me hit the button. I'll hit the button.
You've always got it ready.
Don't make me post a video of me stealing your stuff.
I've got that too, Judas. You had last week off because of it. Next up, we have Io Sky and Rhea Ripley against the Kabuki Warriors. Again, are we having Rhea and that do the JOB or what?
It is her birthday.
And I don't think WWE...
Classic WWE.
I don't think WWE are brave enough to have Rhea lose in Australia. I mean, you'd hear the air coming out of the plane going back, coming out of the tyres if she did.
If they want the Kabuki Warriors to be a massive heel team, that's one way to get them booed and set the tone for the world.
Oh, for sure.
So, yeah, I'm going to say Rhea loses.
Oh, shit.
All right.
It's, like you said, classic WWE. You lose on your birthday in your hometown.
Yeah, you contrary.
Not necessarily the thoughts of Making Chicken Salad or Wrestle Radio Australia.
Wrestle Radio Australia.
Oh, look, I think...
I hope I never meet her again now because she might eat me.
Don't worry about it. I know Buddy's flying back via Sydney, isn't he? Lachlan against Dusk and you against Buddy and Rhea. Well done, Jamie. You drew the short straw there, bro. Look, you've got a point, but I just don't think they'll do it. I really don't.
Juan Cena against AJ Styles.
Cena.
Yeah.
Although,
don't look at me with that voice.
Yeah.
Don't look at you with the voice. Well done.
Is his second last match?
He could be.
Yeah, I don't think you have him lose 2 in a row, 3 in a row.
Yeah, you
But
don't.
you know, AJ does like to beat up John Cena.
AJ's done some really good work in building this match, considering Cena's not around.
Yeah. So are you on the C Nation train as well, my friend, Jeff?
Unfortunately, I have hopped aboard, and the conductor is asking me for a fucking ticket.
Toot toot. Okay, that's the 3 of us. Again, Jesus. The only one at the moment is the Kabuki, and if they get up, we're not going to be able to hear the end of this from Jamie.
Oh no,
God.
you will not.
That clip will be on 24/7.
Yeah.
This
WWE
one
Women's
will.
Champion Tiffany Stratton versus Women's World Champion Stephanie Vacour to determine the 2025 Women's Crown Jewel Champion. Jeff, who do you have, mate?
I think Stephanie's going to win. I think they're looking to put her right over the top at the moment, and I think that she's going to win. And it's going to be a fun match. And I just think Stephanie's going to win because Jade will run out and cause a distraction. I think Jade's slowly turning heel, which is great because she should be a heel. She's so much better as a heel. And yeah, I think Steph's got this.
Jamie?
Yeah, I would say Stephanie as well. Like, Tiffany doesn't need it. Stephanie will benefit greatly from the win. And I'm a Jeff. I don't think it ends cleanly no matter what.
No.
Okay, so I'm going to go with Tiff. Just to be the difference maker here.
Don't do that.
not.
What's that?
Let me have the one outlier.
Hell no. Oh, hell no. Cody Rhodes, WWE Champion, against Seth Rollins to determine the 2025 Men's Crown Jewel Champion. Who do you have, Jamie?
Oh, this one's hard. Because I expect Seth to have help, but I also expect Cody to just get crazy Cody win all the pyros.
But then they also teased a little bit of like dissension with him and Paul this week on Raw. Yeah. There was a little promo where like Seth questioned, because I don't know if you saw the week before when they had the tag match and then Seth came in to do something and they ran out, and as they were walking away, Seth went to turn around to run back and Paul's like, don't do it. Do it on our time. Don't do it now. And Seth ignored Paul, went running into the ring, got caught with a crossroads, and then Paul held back the bronze to stop him from helping things. So he'd sort of learnt his lesson.
Yep.
And Seth sort of confronted Paul about that, and it sort of brewed down to like, so what will you think if he goes? Well, I think you'll lose the locker room if you lose this match.
Mm.
What about you? What about you? And Paul goes, well, I'll be wondering if I did the right thing by leaving Roman.
Okay, I'm saying Cody then. You sold me on Cody winning this.
Okay.
Now watch Todd pick Seth and be like, tricked you.
I think it's going to be Cody, and I think it's going to be Cody because the Vision are going to run out, distract the referee, and Punk will run out and hit Seth. Because I don't think... I think that the Seth Punk thing and Seth, Becky, AJ Punk thing is not yet quite over. And I think this will just reignite it, give it a bit of a burst. And I think Cody's winning because of Punk.
Do you think Cena and AJ main this?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I would. Or
then I think it's Seth. Only because they're not main eventing it, so they can leave it on the high with Cena in the ring. I could be very wrong here, and my tips will look terrible. So,
what you'll hear Alvarez going, "You've got to listen to Jamie." That's not how you talk, Jamie.
No, we already have a clip of me saying everyone should listen to Jamie more.
Yeah.
No, but you'll still Dr. Todd's. You'll still go there and do it.
Son of a bitch. Anyway, I will get, hopefully, maybe, possibly, Lachlan's tips somehow before, and we'll add them into that. So, quick recap of what we have. We have the three of us thinking that Bronson Reed will beat Roman Reigns. Todd and Jeff think Rhea and Io will win. Jamie thinks the Kabuki Warriors will win. The three of us think John Cena will win. Jamie and Jeff think Stephanie McMahon will win. I think Tiff will. And Jamie and Jeff think Cody will win. And I'm thinking that Seth will win. So there we go. There are our tips. And if you want a tip, make sure you tune in every Thursday night to Wrestle Radio Australia and Making Chicken Salad. We are live here on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. The name of the show is Making Chicken Salad. We like to talk about what's good in sports, what's good in sports entertainment, and what's bad in sports entertainment. The first, of course, is the chicken shit. So, Jeff, my friend, what is your chicken shit for this week?
Well, I mean, obviously it's people hassling wrestlers in Perth, but that we've already kind of touched on. But my chicken shit was actually Booker T did a bit of commentary about Stephanie McMahon on NXT this week, and he trod on the ground of some racist material. I get that he's not a great commentator, like he's far from a great commentator, but the second you do some racist stuff, it's not cool. Like, I really, really was a little bit offended. And specifically, it was about how she speaks, and did a very cliched rolling of the R's and that sort of thing. We've seen that Booker does
I like
have
a good
some,
R rolling.
Yeah, but it wasn't. It was like,
yeah, you're not making fun of someone by doing it, though.
Yeah, it was pretty unnecessary. And we've seen that Booker does have some influence on an American crowd, and I would hate for Stephanie's experience to turn sour.
I don't think a can really chant a rolling R. It's kind of hard to chant that.
But you know what I mean.
A crowd struggles with just basic chants sometimes.
It'll just sound like them trying to start a car. It's like, what the fuck are they doing?
But it was specifically what was said was really nasty. In fact, I think I commented in our chat that, well, there's my chicken shit for the week. So yeah, that sort of put a sour taste in the mouth. And let's have some nice chants as well on Saturday.
Jamie, what is your chicken shit, my friend?
So I watched 2.5 hours of AEW this week, alongside watching the NXT at the same time. AEW had one women's match in 2.5 hours, and it went for 9 minutes.
Oof.
What are we doing? You just announced tag titles. Why is there not at least a women's tag match to kind of keep that momentum rolling leading into the most likely thing of a tournament? They shouldn't they be kind of all getting in there, getting reps, and like jockeying for this is why we should be in the tournament? Not we had Mercedes versus Lacey Lane, and that was it in 2.5 hours of wrestling.
Yeah, that's not cool. My chicken shit this week is that the news that Taz is going in to get a complete shoulder replacement, which means he'll be off Dynamite for the foreseeable future, which means that we'll probably get Tony Giovanni back on the desk. And that's my last month or so has been just so enjoyable without him.
Yeah, I hope
Brian is so very good.
I would hope they bring Nigel.
Yeah.
Do Excalibur, Nigel, and Brian, because that's a great combo.
Do you know someone who I'd... Go on.
Especially because he and Brian still have that little bit of argy-bargy. So that'll be a lot of fun. That's a good call, Jamie. I like that.
Someone who I like, but I can't remember his name off the top of my head, and I do apologize, is the guy that was with Daniel Garcia. What's his name?
Matt Menard. He's very
Matt
good
Menard.
as well.
Matt Menard.
They might get Riccaboni in as well.
Yeah, they might.
Yeah, that's a good point as well.
They've got plenty of options of really good commentators over there.
Anyone but Giovanni, please.
And of course, we're talking chicken shit, and Mild Angel brought this up. Of course, it would be remiss not to say how shitty it is that MCW have sadly had to cancel their show. And it's always not. It's not nice to hear of any shows being cancelled on, anyway.
No. But I mean, like, at least they did the right thing by giving you plenty of notice about it, and like immediately refunding money, and because the last thing you want is.
I've got to tell you that I got the notice the show was cancelled, and I sent you boys the message straight away, as I would, and then by the time we'd finished our little chat, sitting in my thing was the ticket refund, and I'm putting that in inverted commas for reasons, but the ticket refund was sitting in my mailbox by the time I finished talking to you guys.
Yeah. So another one too, GT Dolan got her merch stolen at a show, and people at the show saying, "Oh, nobody was manning the desk, so we just thought they were giveaways."
In what universe has any wrestler ever had 8x10s as giveaways?
Yeah.
No. Just be better people.
The last show we were at, Mitch was trying to get rid of his stickers, so he was just giving stickers out to people. I'm like,
stickers
you realised that you were charging for those 10 minutes ago, brother? I know, but I really need to get rid of these.
But stickers is a different thing because they're usually what, $2 to $5.
Yeah.
8x10s are normally 10, 15, 20, and it's like they are never a giveaway.
And if you're Gigi Dolan, you've just come off WWE, you're going to be charging a premium for those.
Yep.
So to those people, you've taken food off a table. Well done.
Yeah. So that is our chicken shit for the week. So we move into the good stuff. We move into the you mightn't make friends with salad, but we make friends with chicken salad here. Jamie, what is your chicken salad, my friend?
So I got a few. Firstly, I am going to blow smoke up Todd's butt, and that interview with David Storm, very, very good. Like
That was so last week.
No, actually, it was Monday.
It was Monday. It's this week.
No, but I gave it. It was my chicken salad last week. That's why I said it.
Yeah, I just thought it was like such a great interview, really emotional, and it's an interview that's not just for wrestling fans. It's just about like any sort of career where you get into it and you want to just make it better for the world, and that's something that Davis has done. And it's gonna be sad to see him not wrestling anymore because he's
yeah.
And great interview.
Thank you. It was one of those ones too that I remember. I think it was as soon as I finished recording it, I put a message in our chat saying, "I think I've just done my best."
Yeah,
my best interview. And it is going to be one there. Like, and I've been doing this thing for 12 years now. This will be one of those ones that it's at the top of the list when I think of, if somebody ever asked me what was the best like piece of content that you've done, this will be very much high up on that.
Yep.
That scale when I go back and think of it. So thank you very much, Jamie. That's another thing I've learned from Davis, just to say thank you. Jeff, what is your chicken salad, my friend?
This is a really strange situation, and excuse me if I get a bit emotional. Sadly, we're not going to be at PAX this weekend. We made the decision when WWE announced they were going, and we saw that it was coinciding with PAX. We were like, no, we'll go to PAX, and for reasons beyond our control as WrestleBrania, we cannot be at PAX, and we're truly sad by this. Bros, Welchie and I are all quite sad. We love our PAX gig. We get 250 people in that room every year, and it's a massive thing, and it's a massive undertaking. Lachlan will tell you how busy that show is.
But he would.
So we're not there. But the amount of people that have written on PAX boards and PAX Reddits and PAX this, just going, where's WrestleBrania? We're going to miss WrestleBrania. We want WrestleBrania. That has made me feel so happy and just appreciate that outpouring of love for this crazy thing that I do that is ultimately the silliest thing in the world, but you clearly love it a lot. There was a message earlier in the show, and I can't remember the person's name, it was too early, but they also said, when's WrestleBrania coming back to Sydney? This kind of thing just really, really makes it worth doing, because we know that, and this is a really tough time for me, because normally I'd either be in Perth or I'd be at PAX, and I'm at neither. And there is that frustration. I don't have FOMO from not being where all the action is. That doesn't bother me. I have FOMO from not doing my show at one of those two places. And the outpouring and the love that we have felt has been so fucking incredible. So sincerely, thank you all. Really, really appreciate the messages. Really, really appreciate the comments. And PAX have heard you. I'm sure they've heard you. So thank you.
Yeah, well said, mate. Alex Whiteheart, Chicken Salad. Didn't have a great mental and physical somewhat health day today, and watching Mayhem and PWA shows after leaving work early definitely helped take my mind off of it. Well, that's good. I'm good to hear. Good to hear that Aussie Wrestling can do that to people. Wild Angel says, Chicken Salad, stop me if you heard this. The young Australian wrestling talent taking over and bringing a brighter future to the scene in general. 100%. And Macho Man Eddie Savage. I barely even watch WWE, but I'm stupid excited for next Wednesday night. I'll be the guy crying if we get to see Zarya.
I just want to comment on what Wild Angel said. That's a beautiful thing to say on the weekend that one of the cornerstones and the godfather of Australian wrestling. Have you noticed no one else has tried to take that title because no one can? But the godfather of Australian wrestling calls it a day on Sunday.
Well, he says the godfather of Perth wrestling. I'm just calling him the godfather of Australian wrestling now.
Well, it's funny because when he was over here with MCW, I'm pretty sure he called himself the godfather of Australian wrestling.
Oh, that's good. Because I know he made a point of it during one, like he did an interview with somebody from APW this week, and it was like the godfather of Perth wrestling. I said, no, you're the godfather of Australian wrestling. Because he really is. My chicken salad for this weekend, even though like we all here have massive FOMO because we're not going to be there, we're not over there enjoying it. Just the fact that you're seeing so many workers from so many different states, different federations, different companies, all hanging out together, all learning off each other, all like talking and just getting ideas off each other and soaking in knowledge from people like Shane and like Shane Haste, and then like Davis did a talk down there as well, and then you've got like guys like Carmelo Hayes and Grayson Waller and Matt Hayter coming in and doing stuff. And man, if you are over there and you aren't learning something in that thing, I'd hang up the boots, because that place is just, you are knee deep in wrestling knowledge over there today, this weekend.
And, that's a really well said thing, Todd. The amount of talent there and the amount of people that are probably still dropping in. Like, yeah, we saw the photos with Waller, Hayes, and Hayter, but who else has been there that we haven't seen the photos of? Because I bet you someone stopped by. Bet you.
Well, even down at Riot City Wrestling, I believe it was last night, Rhea and Buddy popped in to just run through some stuff at their training. So that was my other chicken salad of just like the Aussie superstars that have made the big time haven't forgotten Australian wrestling. They're coming back and they're handing that knowledge back down to the next wave.
Yeah. And you know what it is? It feels like it was Grayson was the first one to do it, but I think that Waller just came along at a time where it was okay to do it.
Yep.
Where before that, I think it was kind of frowned upon from WWE guys to go back and do all that stuff with your local feds, and you're like, because you're a superstar now, you're not. Whereas now, I feel like they're very open to like, no, go back and help the grassroots and go back and show your face around and show like people that are training that like this is what you can achieve if you work hard.
I also just want to, there's one more thing I quickly want to shout out. It was something I read on Facebook today. Apparently a guy was picking up some merch. Can't remember his name, but there was a young family with a kid next to him. And the guy just grabbed 2 extra WWE pillows. They're probably about, $8 each or something, which for some, I acknowledge that's a lot of money. For this person, it clearly wasn't, because he went outside, found the kid of that family and gave him the pillows. And like, sure, there's going to be
WWE Superstore. They're probably $85.
Yeah. They were probably quite expensive pillows. Probably $20.
Look, we know that there are going to be people who act like shit out there, and we know that there are going to be people who cross the line and do the wrong thing around talent. But when you read a story like that, it's really, really hard. So well done
Yeah.
to that person.
Yeah, but no, it's great weekend all around for Australian wrestling. I think I love the fact that I'm seeing. Like, I hate the fact that I'm not over there, but I love the fact that I get to see just the combined. I don't think there would have been another time in Australian wrestling where, just through like technology and convenience now, this many people could get together in one place to do it. Because back in the day, it was all politics, and there was a lot of barriers that were put up that would discourage that from happening. So just being able to see that now is amazing. It's amazing to see all that talent get together. And if you want to see talent from around Australia getting together every week, you can tune in here to Wrestle Radio Australia as we review Australian wrestling shows every week, every Thursday night here. I'm not going to run through the times because there's like 3 or 4 different times now because Queensland is stupid and does not do daylight savings properly. I will freely admit that. But if you haven't already, guys, make sure you subscribe to WRA. It's free. You can do it on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or anywhere you get your podcasts from. If you do stop by Apple Podcasts, give us a 5-star rating while you're there. Helps us get inside more ears with the old algorithm skis. Socials are Wrestle Radio Australia, Wrestle Radio AU on X and Instagram. If you want to rep Wrestle Radio Australia, and who wouldn't, our merch is on Redbubble, and all the proceeds for that do not go to us. No. They go to Gotcha for Life and Beyond Blue, 2 charities that do great work with mental health and men's health in particular. So we very much support that here on the show. Follow us on Twitch. If you've got Amazon, you get a free sub, don't you?
Yeah, you get 1 free sub every month. It doesn't auto-renew, so you have to go back in and renew it every month, but you could give that to anybody on Twitch, and it's... Amazon don't need that money.
No.
Give it to us.
I do. I would love that money. Because this sucker isn't cheap to run. It's getting worse. Jamie knows for a fact how much I spend on StreamYard for this damn show. And I'm dumb enough that I didn't try to sell my own merch. But no, just give us a follow. If you're on YouTube, subscribe, hit the notification bells. Really does help us to... Yes, Jamie.
There's also on YouTube now, there are hype points. If you have a YouTube account, you might have some hype points. Oh. You can give those to any video in the first 7 days that it's up, and it will help push it out to more people. So,
please do.
Go and do that to the Danger Storm interview, please.
Yeah, do that now before the 7 days are over.
Because I want more people to watch that, only because of the man Davis is. I want him, his story to get out to more people. So that will do it for this week here at Making Chicken Salad Wrestle Radio Australia production. Jeff, I forgot to ask you about WrestleMania.
You did.
It's highlighted and everything.
We have a special guest team captain stepping in because, of course, Welchie will not be well enough on October 26th. So we can't have Welchie.
Oh, one-legged Welshie.
We've got Tony Shebeki.
Sorry.
Fucking Tony Shebeki is coming back.
That's fucking great.
I don't know what is going to happen in that show. It's anybody's guess with Tony Shebeki. He's a broadcasting legend. You've been to the MCG. You've heard his voice. Someone help
Good
me,
luck, bros.
Yeah, good luck,
Good
bros.
luck, bro.
Bros is his opposition. That's going to be
I know,
insane.
that's what I'm saying. Good luck, bro.
God knows what Tony's going to do.
Do you know what would have been really funny? And I know it's not something, but like, old mate, well, she's on one leg, right?
Yeah.
Why can't you just replace him with Giant Coyote? It's a like-for-like deal.
Oh, we could have, but nonetheless, we've got Tony. More announcements next week. It's gonna be such a fun show. I cannot wait. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
I love that. And Jamie, you'll be at Rock and Roll Wrestling this weekend, selling your wares.
Yeah, I'll be at Rock and Roll Wrestling selling Australian wrestling cards. So come and say hello if you're there. And if you're in Perth, there's a lot of people there. If you haven't got them signed yet, now's your chance to get a lot of cards signed in one hit. So head to those. Outside of that,
and And if you're going to PAX, enjoy yourself. If you're going to Perth for the WWE, enjoy yourself. And if you're in Perth, get tickets to This Is Our House, because it's going to be something special.
100%. 100%. Jamie, SmackDown's what? Friday? Is SmackDown on tomorrow night?
Yeah, so SmackDown is tomorrow at 11 p.m. New South Wales time.
Okay.
Eastern Standard Time. Which is 10 p.m. Queensland time. 10 o'clock. Yes.
I think it's the same time for all of the shows.
Yeah. Yes. And 9:30 Adelaide, Northern Territory, and it is 8 p.m. if you are in Perth.
Well, Jamie, I don't know what you're doing, but do you want to maybe trial a watch along of SmackDown? Just for this special occasion?
Yeah, we can do that.
I only have a spot. On my little thing, I've only got a thing for 2. Oh, and I didn't think that you'd want to stay up late. It's usually very foggy where you are at that time of night.
This keeps me going for a long time.
This is what I'm saying. It's usually very foggy that time of night.
Yeah, I picked up what you put down. This isn't a conversation we should have on the show.
And for a watch along, probably not the best thing to just hear. What's that? Oh, I'm just a bit hungry.
Dude, I'm fine. I'm fine.
What's that knock at the door at 1 o'clock in the morning? I just ordered some Uber.
Some lasagna.
Yeah, I'll get some pizza in. Don't worry about that.
Anyway, we might trial that. We might trial that. It's still very young germ in the thought process. So, I think that will do it for this week's WrestleRate Australia Making Chicken Salad. I'm not too sure what we're going to review next week. We're definitely going to be talking about what happened over the weekend, I guess. And I have been reliably informed by my friends at EPW that we here at Chicken Salad will be getting a rushed copy of This Is Our House to be able to watch. So fantastic. As soon as we get that, we will watch it and we will review it because I want to cry like a blubbering baby. So until next week, please enjoy your week. If you're in Perth, go and check out EPW. But most of all, just go and enjoy wrestling. Massive weekend for Australian wrestling. Go and support everyone, please. So for myself, for Jeff, for Jamie, until next week, see you later.
And watch.
Here I was, blaming AEW for feeding you chicken shit, knowing you mindless millennials would be eating it up as if it were chicken salad, when it's really been your fault all along.
Make chicken salad out of chicken shit. People